Welcome out, gamers and gamettes, to this RGLgg Invite Highlander playoff match. We are in the lower bracket finals. We're almost there. Only two more weeks left at most. So we will be watching Froggieland take on Squirtyay as they battle for the right to face off against Team Fun in the grand finals. I am Alto, joined by Zag by my side. Don behind the camera, as always. Zag, how you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. It's been a bit of a long Monday, but we're all here for some TF2 action as usual. And like you said, lower bracket finals. These are two of the top three teams remaining. Everyone here's already earned a placement. They've already gotten a medal. They've already gotten a cut of the prize pool. But jumping from third to second is definitely a big increase. And like you said, chance at first place later on next week and potentially a bracket reset if we do come through it. But for now, we're going to be seeing which of these two teams can actually get the leg up over each other. They've played a couple times. Last time we saw them was earlier in round one of the playoffs where Squirtyay took the 2-0. It was a bit of an unexpected 2-0, not necessarily because they were a weaker team, but because of the way the maps went. Froggieland dropped their map pick early on, which was basically a death sentence for them.
Right. In the regular season, up until that first week, we had seen a very bipolar performance from Squirtyay, and it really depended on what type of map they were on. Where on Koth maps, they looked really solid, and we're contesting some of the best teams and beating them. Whereas on Stopwatch, they looked really shaky. We're dropping rounds to teams lower in the table, and the expectation was that Froggieland's going to win on Stopwatch, Squirtyay's going to win on Koth, but we're in a league where you can force double Stopwatch in every playoff match if you so choose. So even if Squirtyay were to win, we thought it would be close. They would take their own Koth map, but they'd need to really grind it out on one of the payloads. And granted, they did win Upward, which was Froggieland's map 2-1. But, they won it. And outside of one ridiculous half from Poseidon, who had ranked Sniper, including a 970 DPM in one round, that Froggieland just really looked out of sorts that entire night. And we did see Froggieland able to beat the Frauds last week in the lower bracket match. And Squirtyay fell to Team Fun. Was not particularly close, I would say, in the upper bracket finals, but these two teams now meet up again, and Froggieland are going to have to prove that they can play on their stopwatch picks, and that they're going to need to really show up and just play a lot tighter than they had.
Yep, and obviously with the team swapping seeds, the map pick order has swapped, but before that, let's get into the rosters real quick, run them down. On the side of Squirtyay is going to be Wish on Scout, Pup on Soldier, Figsy on Pyro. Looks like Joey Lemons is coming in to ring Demo Man. Nurks on Heavy, Pickles and Engineer, DZ Creeper on Medic, Percy on Sniper, and Pajaro on Spy.
Oh, and we've been updated that Johnny will be playing demo for Squirtyay, actually, who is their main, so no ringers. And then on the side of Froggieland, Technomo on Scout, Catalyst on Soldier, Pyrus on Pyro, Townsy on Demo Man, Moist on Heavy, Exa on Engineer, Virgil on Medic, Sar on Sniper, and Construed on Spy.
Yeah, and we've seen these two teams many times so far. We've cast them a lot, as we normally do with the invite mid-high seed teams that end up in a lot of contested matches. But a lot of experienced players here, a lot of playmakers, especially on the kind of maps that we have here tonight. I want to go ahead and run down the map pick ban, because we do have that. So Froggieland opening things up, product ban, don't want to play it, that's fine. Squirtyay, they've permabanned Swiftwater all postseason, that's expected. First pick Ashville for Squirtyay. We mentioned that they were a stronger team on Koth, that's what the perception is. They're going to take full advantage of it. They get their Ashville pick. I'd say that's fairly straightforward for them. I think that one they probably have in the bag. And then we mentioned at the end of last week, after seeing what happened on Steel, that Froggieland might want to consider picking it, and they did. So we have Steel pick here by Froggieland for the second map.
And worth noting that those first three picks were essentially the same as their previous BO3. In that match, Froggieland was the upper seed, so the exact order was swapped a little bit. But, each team's, Froggy banned Product with their first ban in the week one of playoffs, and Squirtyay banned Swift and then picked Ashville. So that was the same. And then Froggy is the one who, disrupted it, as they kind of have to, being the team who had lost last time, picking Steel. Then they decided to ban Upward, which I believe they did something similar. Didn't they in week one where they banned out they actually banned out Upward, knowing that they had lost on it.
Yeah,
Interesting
they
that they
don't have
left
again.
up Proot against Squirtyay, and Squirtyay picked Vigil. Meaning that this could have been a double cough, but Squirtyay opted into the double stopwatch this time. It was not forced by Froggieland.
Yeah, and I attribute that to lack of familiarity on Proot. It is the first season we played the map, despite the map being, somewhat popular early on, which is rare for new TF2 maps. A lot of teams just don't feel the need to stake their season on it when they have more comfortable picks available, and that's what Squirtyay have done with Vigil. We'll see if that ends up biting them in the end, but for now, we're going to get started here. Ashville is getting going. Going to be the side of Squirtyay on red and Froggieland on blue. Rolling out to mid, we'll see how it goes.
Yep, as Townsy going to get to mid a little bit faster than Johnny. It looks like just a hair. Looks like he's going to go across the point. Catalyst in, over the top, good reflect, but it's going to hit Johnny low. He is almost dead. Going to get that arrow heal back up, but Bigsy's going to be the first one to go down. Townsy, though, the bigger kill as trades are going all across the map right here. More kills down
Wish is chasing down the medic in the lobby. I know no one's there to protect Virgil. And yeah, it's going to be a free kill for Wish, getting that easy cleanup in the end. They don't have control of the point right now, as both snipers are off a headshot. Catalyst going in once again, finds the kill onto Percy. Jumping on the medic right now, a lot of damage onto DZ. Can't quite get it, but the sticky from Townsy. Gonna get that cleanup, and a great pipe fade away onto Figs. He's gonna secure the mid for Froggieland.
Yeah, we got a pug mid going on here, as looks like maybe round 3 might be starting. Pup going into the jump, but will be air blasted back. The cap should go over to Froggieland in due time, as they will have a strong showing there. I mean, yes, Wish was able to chase really deep in and kill Virgil, but they had more kills ahead of that. So Wish goes in, gets the med, trades, then Townsy and Catalyst go back in, have a nice kind of staggered bomb almost to catch DZ out, and that's enough to win it there as Virgil's already respawned. So good showing from Froggieland to start with. Last time these two teams played, this map did go 4-1 in favor of Squirtyay, so that's something just to kind of keep in the back of your head.
Yep, early SVS win coming through here from Percy, going to be taking down SAR. Team going to be able to walk off bat. He follows up onto Moist. That's 2 entry picks from the sniper of Squirtyay. They're going to be able to walk forward here. It is an uber advantage for Virgil because of that earlier death. They don't want to pop quite yet. They will drop Technoma, but now with the uber, they're going to pop in onto point. 97 for DZ, so he will have in very short order. Do they have any players they want to contest with? Doesn't look like that's the case so far.
What? DZ! DZ made it out, and instead of backing up to spawn, stood just outside the shutter. Pyrus, as his own Uber was fading, ran in, no one was with DZ, and he just got the free force. So, I mean, he dies for it, and it looks like they are going to take the point back, but DZ could have maintained a full Uber ad if he just backed up a little bit. It's not like he was even healing anyone. He was entirely alone in shutter.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing where you're like, okay, their Uber's ending, we can try to walk back in, and you're trying to get through, but I guess he didn't expect all the players to be so close, so they did lose that Uber. It did technically get them the capture, their first capture of the round, so, maybe no harm, no foul coming on that one if they're able to hold for a bit longer, but yeah, like you said, they could have kept that Uber in that scenario. Either way, loading back up on this defense now, we'll see how Squirtyay can do. They are at about a 20-25% Uber disad, and with 2 entry picks going in favor of Froggieland, they want to walk in on this as soon as possible.
Oh, yeah, no, and DZ gonna get sniped out. The shot coming in from ramp by SAR takes out DZ again. He will go down. And Virgil already on 90% coming up on Uber. And it will look like a full ad for Froggieland right here as they switch the time back into their favor and likely will give themselves at least a minute of separation by the time this hold is over.
Yeah, strong opening round so far from Froggieland. Remember, this is not their map pick, and they didn't look that strong on this map before, but looking good on Ashville so far.
Oh, this forward hold is what we saw against Somebody Help back in week 2.
Yeah.
Almost got the pick. Inches for inches right there.
Knife melted. Maybe if he doesn't have a Spicicle, he gets the kill there, but we will never know. In the end, though, Nerk's going to end up bleeding out to some toys, and with Percy and Pajaro bleeding, that's already men down. 4 men down right now for the side of Squirtyay, and they can't even force this Uber. Virgil has the Uber, and with a minute time lead on the clock, only 1 to go. It's going to get really difficult here for Squirtyay to find any avenues in. They need to get this Uber force now, and then hold the point for basically 2 full minutes.
And I like what Froggy does here. They play up, and they say, okay, we're going to be in this unconventional position. We're going to catch you out with it, and then we're going to back up. They're not full committing to it. Pajaro trying to caught out as he's trying to cross, which is going to delay him going in even further.
Townsend's 1 HP. He got headshot right before that Uber got popped. Solos onto both demo men right now. Right now, Wish getting a flash to try to clean up ramp. They get the kill onto Moist. That Heavy's too fat to get out in time. And right now it's an 8v8. Not many people dying in direct exchange, but with the Bats walkout coming from Townsy, they're trying to go forward. Townsy, no support though. Gonna get ran at by a scout and taken down.
Pup
and with Virgil going down, yeah, Pup finding that one in the back line. All of a sudden, that's exactly what Squirtyay needed to get in the game.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to have a sizable ad for themselves here. Not quite there yet. DZ just coming up on 50. So a potential dry push as Wish is still down may be in the cards for Froggy. Depends on how quickly they want to play. The SAR, though, has a good angle on ramp. Gonna find Figsy. That's one opening pick already. And DZ's out.
Yeah, already 2 men down. Once again for Squirtyay. Percy getting bombed on by Catalyst is a great pick to open things up. We'll lose your Soldier Fruit, but that's a trade you'll take every time. Pup goes back into the enemy lobby, seeing if he can cause some havoc behind. He's getting ran down by a scout, though. They know he's there. He can't get anything good or flex. He's just going to trade for a sniper. That's amazing. He even gets that pick. Gets taken down for his trouble, though, and it's a walk back out here for Squirtyay. They have 100% Uber, and they want to make sure they can defend this point.
They find a bunch of free entry picks, though, as they walk forward. Not on power classes, but just thinning out those bodies. Really easily. Yeah, Townsy going in, knows that DZ's probably pretty close. Wanted to try to force him. Has 3 seconds left versus a minute. You're still sitting pretty comfortable. And the force comes out from Catalyst. Very good bomb. Gonna take that. Vigil has full Uber too. Back at spawn. No risk of her getting forced right now. And it'll be a full Uber ad right now for Froggieland. All they have to do is cap, and they'll take the opening round here.
Yep, dream scenario here for Froggy. Full Uber ad to count
gets the counter espionage.
Yeah, Construed not going to be able to impact this fight at all. So 1 man down. There is Percy here standing, gets shutter peeked by Fist Heavy. They do know his location. It's about where this Uber comes out for Froggieland right now. They're stacking on Bats. Townsy's going to want to take this one over and across. There's a Pyro on the roof to potentially deny some spam. They will get the early Uber off, trying to go around the corner, find whatever kills they can. No kills going over in the favor of Froggieland, but they do have a lot of damage down. They need some cleanup. Nerk's going to be the first one down. Pajaro quickly following. It's a 7v7 right now. Remember, this point gets capped up in 3 seconds past Froggieland win.
Virgil's so low, just got ran at by Johnny, and in comes Pup. Not gonna find her though, but it's stalled the point a little bit. Enough time for Wish to go in the Uber. Coming up from DZ, but there's not enough people on the point for them to really frag out.
Yeah, Percy getting an Uber flash. They're going to go over the top. The point very nearly capped up. We're down to 20 seconds on the clock for Squirtyay. Big backstabs coming out of Constru. The 2K onto the sniper and Heavy. DZ Creeper cleaned up by SAR as well. That's the recap. 3 seconds. Can anyone get there? The answer is going to be no. That's Froggieland taking our first round here.
Yeah, really strong performances. Townsy absolutely killing it on the scoreboard right now. And just really, really solid play for them all around. I mean, even right at the end there, right? They played around that Uber really smartly. They knew it was going to come in on Wish, and they said, all right, you're going to bring Wish, and we'll just leave. Like, you know, they have enough cap time, and they have enough kills that they don't need to contest that Uber and stay into it. They can just completely vacate the point, wait for the shiny to fade, and then come back in and, you know, take the round. Catalyst in early, but Townsy and SAR both already dead. Townsy got arrowed, and it is the opposite of what we saw last time. A quick, decisive mid in favor of Squirtyay.
Yeah, we're seeing explosive mid-fight strategies. Both soldiers just bombing straight into the enemy team. A lot of frags going over in favor of Squirtyay this time around, though. Vigil will make it out with their life. A bit of a silver lining there for Froggieland, but there's mid going in favor of Squirtyay. Quick turnaround from the last round loss.
Definitely, yeah, both in terms of the fact that they won and that it didn't last for a minute and a half and see multiple mid picks.
But now both meds coming up on Uber charge. DZ gets his a bit faster. Got to heal more players with quick heals as, you know, he had more players left alive. So that's going to be walking right now. It looks like Froggieland want to go ramp, which is a bit unorthodox with your Uber. They're trying to buff players up. Looks like they want to go rotate back. Shutter, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a delayed pop. Oh, but DZ constant! He finds the 2 big picks in the backline. He wins this fight for his team.
Yeah, it hasn't even really started yet, but SAR comes in, finds Fixie. Good reflect. Pup gets Uno reverse carded. Gonna find a levitate onto Johnny as well. Wish is next. Exa will fall, but all the dominoes going in favor of Froggieland right here. Vigil just takes a victory lap outside of Shutter. Pup gets denied again. Second time this life as Townsy jumps up onto fans. I like this.
Yeah, they have room. I like it. And that backstab, that drop from Construed, it's impressive, sure, to get that timing, but at the same time, that's downtime. You can't let the enemy spy drop your medic in downtime when you don't even have anything to be looking at. Like, the enemy team isn't even in with their Uber yet. What is your medic even doing? But there will be now a forward hold coming from Froggieland. Like you said, Townsy up on these fans. Getting slow peeked by Percy. He sees him, doesn't like it. Exa gonna eat the headshot. Instead, loses their engineer for now. They're walking out Shutter, though, very quickly, and they're actually gonna pick off Moist. So, with 2 men down, Froggieland have to get out of dodge. And we do report that Dolphins game has crashed, so...
All right, radiocast. Percy gets stabbed out right at the beginning of the fight. Uber comes out from Virgil onto Townsy and Technoble, and DZ dies at 99 on barrels. Well-placed stickies from Townsy. Gonna find that pup coming in post, looking for Virgil. Not gonna find her as kites into lobby with 13 health. Gonna get shot in the back by Technomo, and that will be a successful defense for Froggieland.
Yeah, and Virgil keeping her life, not getting that extended spawn on defense means that they're going to have yet another Uber advantage to work with here on the defense. Wish trying to run out here, take a 1v1 against a Spy. Joke's on him, it was a 2v1. Pirate's going to make him go away. For now, we do see the combo holding on top of the point once again. They're not as far forward as they were prior, and Sar, he's hurt, going to get buffed up. If he can find an SVS1 onto Percy, it extends this defense even longer. But he gets backstabbed, so that's an entry pick going in favor of Squirtyay.
Hunters are going to get caught out as well. No pick classes for Froggy. That's a lot less bodies. Catalyst craters down in like a shooting star goes down. Pup jumps over. Going to be hit up low under the bats, but Uber popped out onto Townsy and Technomo going in right now. DZ at 90%, not in danger of dying this time. The point will be stalled, but not quite cleared. Technomo gets headshot. Virgil's going to have to rack out of ramp, and the cap's going to come in for Froggieland, or Squirtyay, excuse me. They got more than enough opening picks, took the 9v6 in, and even with the defensive Uber, just not enough to reclaim that pressure.
Yep, and now DZ full Uber advantage moving forward. 1 minute down on the timer, but still in the round. Catalyst going for a ball to the top. DZ doesn't even look at him. They don't even see where he's coming from. And that's another drop. That's 3 deaths for DZ Creeper this round at basically 100% Uber. It's so hard to win when that happens. The timer isn't that far apart, but it should be an easy recap for Froggieland.
Yeah, the cap time getting started up. No one really in position to contest. Bomb coming in from Pup, and he gets skyboxed.
Yeah, when
Percy
Pup
getting
does
stabbed
that,
in the
9
meantime.
players look at him. When Catalyst does it, 0 players look at him.
Yep, and Dolphins game crashed again. It's happening again, fellas.
I blame the TF2 update that happened today. Radiocast again. Apologies for this, but that's just how it has to be, I guess. Virgil right now, 100% Uber on the defense here for Froggieland. They're holding on the point once again. They have Sar on the fans area. I heard a Spycicle melt, so no Spy finding a pick right now. Squirtyay getting a bit antsy. They want to try and get him. Now aggressive Uber from Froggy into the opponent's shutter.
They're going up onto bats. They're going to find DZ on his own bats. Wow. These stickies just keep connecting. Catalyst will get taken out coming in onto that, but they more than got what they wanted, and that is the aggressive Uber we've been waiting for. Going in, not just to clear point, but getting really deep, finding that medic. Percy going to get stabbed. Nurks goes down. All the frags going over in favor of Froggieland right here, and they are looking so dominant right now.
Yeah, headshot onto Pickles at the end. Gonna be basically a full wipe for them. They're holding on to the point, and they're gonna win this round. DZ Creeper didn't get a single Uber.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
Yeah, because he 4 deaths in the span of like 5 minutes, and I don't think he got a single Uber. He might have gotten 1, but even so, like the 3 deaths at like 199 and 100%, followed by that aggressive Uber taking him down on bats. He just didn't get to play the game, and if your medic can't get Ubers, you're not going to be able to win. And a 2-0 from Froggieland is the result.
Yeah, just really, really solid performance from them. And I mean, so much I feel like of what we criticized them for 2 weeks ago was so much better right now. Their Ubers were, for the most part, really good.
Yeah, I wish you guys could have seen them. They were just full on going forward on the offense.
I mean, like, that Uber they took up into Shutter onto bats was exactly what you want to see from an aggressive Uber. It wasn't like, oh, they're kind of close, let's use in and it'll scare them off and we'll buy 15 seconds.
Yeah, they knew where the medic was. They weren't even playing there initially, right? They were playing on their side of the point, but they got the call that the medic was playing forward. They know DZ doesn't have Uber, and they know if they take the medic there, they win the round. So they saw it, they went for it, and they got it. So very impressive play. Logs up on screen right now. Townsy breaking out 540 DPM. Contrud and Sar both with 15 kills apiece. Contrud's been phenomenal.
Yeah, finding tons of picks in downtime, too. And I mean, Catalyst and Technomo right behind them with 14 and 13 each. And I mean, Pup, too, 15 kills despite, losing that. Percy not having a bad game either. DZ has 8 deaths in 2 rounds, which is not what you want to see.
And, only like 4 or 5 of them came in the second round, so he wasn't exactly living in round 1 either.
Yeah, only had 4 deaths in that second round. 2 drops though, and I think it was 2 drops and a 99%.
And a 99, yeah.
Which is, as a medic, that is brutal when that happens.
Yeah, 4 deaths around though after DZ. It's so hard to win. We're raiding up right away. That's a bit suspect from Squirtyay because there's clearly a lot they have to fix, and this is their map pick, so they'd want to take this if possible, but they just want to get right back on it. We'll see if they can make the comeback happen. Either way, we're right into the second half.
Yep, Townsy again going to be a hair faster than Johnny. Sticky's going back across, not too much damage. Catalyst, aggro bomb again, lands right on Johnny, takes him out. He got his man, and that's going to be one demo down. Walking forward is Moist, but Wish finds 2 onto the combo. Townsy and Moist both going down. Will get traded out, but Percy finds 2 of his own, and Pup going to help clean up onto Sar. No sniper. Virgil will survive. Some aggression coming into lobby from Pup, but long gone. However, once again, fast and decisive from Squirtyay, even with their demo going down as the first kill.
Yeah, that's just a Wish mid right there. Takes down the bomber, off the 1-for-1 trade for his demo man. He decides, my demo man's not here to do damage, I'll do the damage. Just runs at Townsy and Moist and takes them both down. So, yeah, Wish going to be securing that point for his team. Both meds now up on full Uber as Virgil did live, as you said earlier. So, we'll see where they want to take their Uber. They're lining up on bats. I hear a sniper peek coming from ramp. No entries so far, but with Technomo dropping off bats, they're going to walk forward. Catalyst in early, takes down Percy, gets his man once again. Here comes the Ubers.
Yeah, Concert will go down as well, so slight frag advantage for Squirtyay, but Figsy gets sniped out, so that's evened right back up. Lots of damage being exchanged, but slightly better positioning for Squirtyay, right now. Stab comes in from Pajaro, but Sark answers out onto Johnny. Catalyst finds Wish. No scout, no soldier as well. Catalyst picks up 2. Townsy gets traded out, but even then, I think this is still going to be Froggy's fight.
Yeah, Engineer trying to move up a mini sentry. It's a bit invisible in my HUD right now, but I do see it going up.
Not though. Sniper heavy, wrangle minis, all from Shutter. The chip damage is too much, and Squirty is going to manage to hold this.
Yeah, they do get that defense successfully. The mini was big, the heavy was big, and stopping Construde from getting his usual kill also massive in keeping their players alive. We will now see both meds coming up on Uber. No med has died yet this round. Both of them are charging up Ubers on cooldown, so we will see them try to make the contest happen again. Early pick from Saw onto Nerf is going to take that defensive heavy out of the picture. A lot of HP is now not available for the side score, and there's a bomb over the top. Catalyst gets the kill onto Figsy and gets his force.
He's just not being denied right now. I mean, Nerds is dead, but Figsy then, kind of has to pick up the slack. And super deep Uber again. DZ Creeper chased out onto his own bats. And Technomo's going to find him one last shot in the back for good measure. And we finally have our first medic death of the round. But Squirty has taken almost 2 minutes off this clock, meaning that they have a very sizable lead in this round, even if the ad and point are in favor of Froggieland. And Townsy sniped out right as the defense begins, which could spell a turnaround for Squirty.
Yeah, big 2K opener from Percy Fury. Now peeking to Shutter, making a 3K, takes down Moist. Wish gets Reflect Rocketed. That's a pretty funny to have. They're sacking on. They want to try and get the kill onto DZ. DZ taken low, 50 HP, but can't get finished off, and they're going to be able to keep their medic alive now. Doesn't seem like it happened much in the first round, but DZ deathless so far, rather one death. Townsy trying to make that not the case, goes in, but goes out to the mini sentry, so not able to find the kill. DZ going to come up on Uber after they get this capture. They're stalling for their respawners, but they will get it, and they'll get the point back. 1 minute left on the clock.
I want to point out there that DZ did live, but it was not a good defense. Catalyst went in, landed on his head, hit him for 80, and he stood there and tried to take out the protractors, line up his shot for a second and a half, just sitting in the middle of 7 players, and he got a second rocket off. Wasn't able to direct him, but he bombs in again, gets Percy. That keys off the fight. Uber exchanging crazy air blast from Pyrus, sending people everywhere. Wish gonna be caught in and gets WM1 down. That is going to be Nurk stabbed out on ramp, and it looks like DZ has escaped into lobby right now.
In the meantime, Catalyst just 1v3'd on his own ramp. He just took down all 3 players that pushed into his backline. That's huge, but huge also is Percy with the headshot, taking down Virgil, making this round a bit easier for his team here. Only 30 seconds left on the clock for Squirtyay, 2 minutes for Froggieland, and with DZ Creeper going to be on a 50% Uber ad, this round looks very good for them.
Absolutely. As Catalyst trying to go in, will be forced to reroute in midair, but Percy finds Pyrus. Townsy gonna go down. Sorry, Anderson's out onto Wish, but the frag still heavily in Squirtyay's favor. Cap time starting up right now. And with rockets coming in from Catalyst, the only defense, it'll go back over, and we're looking at under 30 seconds now for Squirtyay.
I was waiting for an arrow, just didn't get listened to and got shotgunned by X. X just walks back out, so he gets the spawn extended for his trouble. Won't be too big of a deal though, as 100% for DZ. I see Construde is in the back line on top of ramp. Definitely wants to find this med drop. It's pretty much a necessity if they want to win the round. He is getting sniffed out right now that he will not be able to find his man quite yet. And now with only 15 seconds left on the clock, Froggieland have to make a move.
Yeah, you absolutely cannot let DZ get dropped here. He's playing forward. They want to use this aggressively. Concert's really not in position. Comes out of Shutter. We'll find the sniper as the bomb comes in. Catalyst gets denied right there. Some cap time coming in from Concert. Honestly, not the worst to ensure that overtime, but the meat grinder is beginning. Only 3 up, and Virgil has Uber right here.
Excellent, Uber, let's go.
Engineer Uber. Virgil toggling the Uber. I love this tech to maintain cap time, but they're going to get knocked off the point. And Squirtyay will come back with a quite a solid round after starting out down 2-0.
Yep, taking one run back, definitely good for them after the opening that they had, and now they'll have a chance to even things up here and take us to another round, or another half rather. We'll see if they can do it. Gonna be another mid fight. I really like that round from Squirtyay because it feels like they fixed pretty much all their issues. DZ stayed alive almost the entire round.
I want to see Catalyst still get focused a little bit more on these bombs as he comes in again. One rocket reflect will make that 2, and there it is. Finally, does not get anything. Technomo in with him, gonna get taken out. Nurks will be the trade, but Brad's in favor of Squirtyay right here. But positioning Moist so aggressive as Paguro gets Pyrus. So lots more kills, and that's going to be Moist getting sniped out. And Pop in the back line, I'm pretty sure, finds Virgil now in Shutter. So I like the aggression, but you just don't have the numbers to sustain it. You know, you're at risk of collapsing.
Numbers, they don't have any
even Shutter.
Yeah, he just jumps right next to the demo. He's like, oh, the only person you're killing is the demo man. He can't stop me. Catalyst just goes right over the demo's head, takes down the medic in 2 clean rockets. DZ tried his best to surf it out, but the roof was too low, and they're going to lose their med and lose the mid fight.
Potentially the most frustrating turn of events when you get a numbers ad, but you lose because their players respawned faster.
Yeah, and you don't have the right players left to defend it.
Yep.
Just the demo man can't do anything to those people jumping on his medic, and now it's going to be a 25% ad for Virgil on the defense. Contru getting picked off in the meantime. He will not be able to provide crucial comms to his team about where the players are. Speaking of, Percy taking a shutter peek could find an opening.
That's a level 1 in the kill feed.
Yeah, level 1 Exa moving on bats. Pyro says in chat Exa. He knows like, oh, the level 1 is coming through.
The level 1 wrangled gun gets repositioned again. Wish smells blood and takes it out.
That's honestly what you get for that one. Don't move
that's a bit of a deserved kill. The gun goes down too. I appreciate the effort.
He's dead. He got sniped.
Well, he did, and in comes Wish though onto point, but with a pyro there, he's not going to find too much at all.
What just happened?
Puts revolver down, and I'm not quite sure where did DC get sniped.
In Shutter, he got sniped in Shutter, right? My problem is that like they had to pick onto Exa. They were about 25% Uber down, right, from losing the medic at the end of last mid. Why, when Virgil's coming up on 100, are you like walking up like you're even? Because you were not even. You did not have Uber. You should just wait for your Uber. They have long spawners. It'll be better.
All right, but if we posture aggressively, then they'll think we have Uber.
Yeah, then we can snipe.
And then they'll use into us like we do and die anyway. Sat's coming in though. Iris on roof to deny a lot of them. Gonna do a good job, but Pup gets in deep and will force Virgil in the back of ramp. Gonna try to jump forward is Townsy, but not gonna find anyone as everyone else is backed out. So successful Sat coming in from Squirtyay, but they're already more than halfway through the clock.
Got killed by a heavy. He's on bats. He gets sniped by a heavy across the map. That's a bad death to take, because again, his spawn timer is going to be way longer on this defense. They will get a kill into Nurks in the Shutter at least, though, so one man, a big reflect air shot coming through from Big Z taking down Catalyst over the top. Johnny gonna get stabbed though. Conchard making a double kill happen. We'll get some frags back in favor of his team, but numbers add in favor of Squirtyay, Uber add as well. They will be able to take their first capture of the round here.
I saw DZ at 60 and I'm like, where is he? And I heard the medic yell, fire! And I see Pyrus' ragdoll in Shutter. So, Sack unsuccessful in finding DZ. Didn't have Uber when they went in anyway, but he will have full ad here. 100 up to 65 on the side of Virgil right now, as they are still more than 2 minutes down on Froggieland right here.
Yep, and Virgil only 20% down on the Uber. They will get in just a second. 1 recap and 1 defense is all they need to put things to get back on track after that lost round. Over the top is Catalyst. He just destroys DZ. 2 rockets, instant drop. Again, no one looking up. No one able to stop this soldier from wreaking havoc on their backline.
Yeah, Pajaro will find SAR, so no sniper, but when you lose your med like that, even the sniper pick's really not enough to equalize it, as Pirates play forward. Oh, what just...
He surfed into a heavy and had to force. That's funny.
What was the force from Johnny?
Yeah, Johnny jumped in, hit one pipe on him, and he just surfs it straight into the opposing heavy.
Ruh-roh.
It's a bit unlucky for Virgil. Good reaction time to not drop at least, but that force is kind of not what you wanted. If they had that Uber, the round would be over.
But even then, Percy's going to go down, as will Wish, so tons of options for making pressure on the side of Squirtyay will go down. Pajaro as well, no backstabs to rely on. The only thing they get is the mini. This forward hold coming out at the perfect moment.
He's dead again.
To throw them off, and DZ, yeah, Sar finds him on the rad angle onto the health pack. That's why you gotta go around. Gotta jump, do the jump around the barrels, but DZ got lazy and he gets punished for it, so.
Yeah, that's going to be an easy round coming back in favor of Froggieland after the one they dropped. That one looking more like their first round selves. 2 minutes still on the clock for Squirtyay with that win, and now they're on map point on their opponent's map pick.
I mean, we did say the score was 4-1 last time, but 4-1 in favor of Squirtyay, so we are seeing a reversal here. Not too many times I can think of where, a Koth map switched so heavily over the course of one playoff season.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see if Squirtyay can actually make anything happen. Wish very aggressive off the bat, takes Townsy low. Gonna be a big bomb for
Catalyst just
once again. Yeah, and he does tons of damage too. They're gonna go in off the damage. Pup, Nurk's gonna get taken down. Spy just butter-knifing Townsy to death. Will lose his life for it, but at least that's a pick you can rely on. It's a 4v4 in post. Very chaotic mid. Moist, he just gets abandoned.
He's wrangling minis across from each other.
This is hell. This is
hell.
Peak Highlander action. That decides the mid, by the way. I see the mini sent from Exo ran out of ammo first, so they lost.
But Exo gonna find a kill onto Figsy. Percy dead as well, and they've stopped the cap. Are they delaying the mid?
I don't think they have
I just don't think they feel safe.
They don't have the right players to come and take this, and now the spawners in favor of Froggieland. They're gonna get the Uber. Both teams Ubering at the same time. Pyrus does a good job air blasting the red Uber away. He gets a flash at the very end of it to stay alive. Gets one last flamethrower onto the scout.
Power finds Vigil right in front of Secret this. That is a medic down. Still no cap time's gonna reset. They are botting. They want DZ, and Concert gonna find two. Get some revolver shots down. DZ at full though. Nurks is the one who's almost dead. Concert feeling lucky tries to get him, but you're not gonna find a heavy who knows you're there.
Yeah, that gun has a lot more bullets than your gun. takes him down with it. But very chaotic mid. Still not decided yet. No one's capped it. DZ does have an overall Uber advantage now because of that pick from Aro.
Pickles wins the mini fight.
Yeah, the mini fight.
X's.
Yeah, and that should be mid going in favor. It looks like they still want to contest as much as they can, but not able to actually walk out of the shutter, and that's going to be mid in favor of Squirtyay. 70% Uber for DZ as well. They're going to pick off Saw. They're going to pick off Technomo. Percy getting a nice 2K there to solidify this mid win.
Yeah, mid win feels like it's been half a round already.
Yeah. Now Pup gonna have to jump away back to his bath, gets flamed out by the pyro. We'll get that pack stay alive for now. Construed, if he could find another pick, we've seen DZ drop so many times, he sees the opening, there's no one looking, they're gonna go over the top and they get an easy force with the help of Townsy with his sticky bomb. So they go what they wanted, Construed gets out with his life as well. That's technically 1-for-1 because Johnny got picked off.
They'll find Pyro as well as Figsy getting aggro on bats right here, really deep in the shutter. Will be spotted though. Det jumps out, so not quite the feed, but with Pickles dead, and Percy still just spawning, it looks like. Yeah, just getting it on barrels now.
Well.
Might be a window.
He doesn't get anything. Does lose his life for it. It's an 8v8 right now, but with 100% Uber, Virgil's taking your team across the point. They will Uber on Technomo. Doesn't choose to save Catalyst. Lets him burn out instead. But they do have tons of kills. Townsy doing big work with the pipes and the stickies. Gets 4 in that Uber.
Yeah, we'll die on the back end of it, though, which could, always be an advantage. They cap and extend his spawn, not worth waiting the full 10-second spawn timer. Wish getting aggro will take some chip damage, but does live here. And Pajaro coming in from the back onto fans, finds Sar. No defensive sniper going to be a huge pick as a shutter pressure already starting. Percy peeking wide.
Percy, yep, he's already swinging it. Takes the heavy off barrels in an instant. Bomb over the top from Pup. Doing work. Townsy going for the sack as well as Catalyst. They do get the kill on DZ. 99% again. That one just tragic. Everyone came in. They all focused him down. You can argue his positioning there wasn't good because you should expect the sack at that juncture. But either way, that was just a great sack coming for Froggieland.
I'm beginning to think that Catalyst just has cheats on and he just jumps up and then Ent removes whoever's beneath him.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. He picks someone and says, alright, you're gone. No reflex coming in, he's never getting floated. He's landing on them, and if he gets skied, it's because he synced 2 rockets into a sniper and then popped himself up.
Yep, and now Virgil, 100% Uber once again. It's a 60% ad. They're walking onto bats. Townsy trying to take Figsy off the roof. And Moist once again picked off early by the sniper. They will get a trade to Pahara, but with Pyrus getting sniped and Percy on a rampage, this Uber is not going to find much. They have to be safe in the back end. Figsy going to distract a bit, but gets taken down. It's a 7v6 right now.
Catalyst finds DZ!
Yeah, that's a big bomb over the top. I saw him
He's
just
still
skip
in.
over. Yeah. And with that, Johnny's gonna go down as well. Technomo, big cleanup over the roof. Make it a second one. Gonna help clean up Percy.
Oh, he's still in. Jumps, knows he's only got one rocket, and he basically sinks him with a rocket and a whip to take out Percy and lets him team cap up for free. Catalyst is doing some illegal things right now.
Yeah, he's up to 46 points on the scoreboard, the top of any fragging class besides Pickles,
Three
which can argue
bombs on
teleporter points.
Soldier.
Yeah, 3 doms on Soldier is
A feed
massive.
soldier.
It's because he always gets his man, and his men don't get him back. Always gets those picks. Gonna be up spawning once again. Virgil up on 60% Uber to DZ's 35. They're playing forward once again. I like the play. And Figsy doesn't even know about it. Just gets picked off instantly. Spy, picked off again. Pahara thought he fooled someone, but absolutely did not. And now Virgil up on Uber. They do have a pick on a scout though. They're going over the top. 90% on Virgil. And there's 2 players behind her. Scout Soldier. Big shots gonna come through to clean up onto Wish. It's just Pup in the backline. But Virgil,
She had him! Drop to an Pickles! Quick drop, Pickles finds the drop. Virgil, I don't know, that's such like a greedy force. I mean, you can argue that Uber probably doesn't do too much how many people were dead at that point, but...
Oh, but they got DZ, it's just construed in the middle of 5 people. Okay, that's not...
That's another drop. I mean,
that's
yeah.
Drop.
That's okay, if I'm DZ, and I'm getting ran up by one spy in the middle of the people, you call I'm not dropping, and that's your team's fault. That one...
that's it. Yeah, I have flashbacks of Alto in that exact same situation when I'm playing on a team and he says, I'm not popping to this, and I totally understand. You should not have to pop Uber to that. You take that drop, your team just can't protect you then.
Constant open shutters immediately gets given by the station trapping, yeah.
Oh, no,
but
DZ,
DZ, alright, that one's on you, buddy. Peeks just a little bit too wide into ramp, and SAR, this is when Froggieland's looked their best when they're re-pushing. Just buy the book, they send their Pyro NG Sniper to ramp, give SAR those angles, and Squirtyay does not respect it.
Yeah, then SAR is just demolishing them. Wish just gets destroyed on the cross to lower.
Pickles 2, that's 4.
5.
Jump coming in, finds 5. Townsy was about to dead on Percy, and SAR yoinks it from him right at the end there.
It's amazing how when Pup goes in, he never finds... I feel like Pup's bombs are never successful. He gets like 1 rocket off, maybe 2, does like 100 damage to 2 separate players, and they just don't get the kill. So now capped back up, 100% move for Virgil. They are at a 1-minute time deficit. If they can come back and take this round, they will be winning the map right here, right now. Otherwise, we go to another round at the end. Yeah, they get an opening pick onto Percy, SAR post up in the shutter, and they will aggressive Uber. Do they have them in their sights? They do. They're trying 1 HP, and they find DZ, another great aggressive move from Froggy.
Yeah, and when you play forward like this, they really have it down pat. You know, these are not the upward third, like, pop to gain some breathing room Ubers we saw in week 1. No, these are aggressive Ubers with purpose, and likely with comms feeling them as well. Conster's been behind so often that he's probably able to call DZ, or someone gets eyes on him. And they know where their man is. DZ is not respecting the fact that they're going to keep doing this. SAR finds his 7th and 8th and 9th onto Nerds, Pickles, and Wish, and Townsy will get counter-sniped. There's some action to get a sniper, but it's just Percy.
Just get aced. It's a straight
ace. It's an ace. That's a 10k from SAR. Put double digits on the board for that man. And 5 seconds left. I don't think anyone's even ranged to get to it. 11, just for fun. SAR in shutter.
He should have hit the top of Wish.
Wasn't able to get the last kill, but...
That's 4-1 in favor of Froggy taking Squirtyay's map pick. That is an upset and a half compared to what we saw 2 weeks ago in the first round of playoffs, and they're going to be really happy with that one.
It's just a long con. Froggy actually just sandbagged 2 weeks ago. SAR sent me the script back in like week 5.
Yeah, you sandbag week 1 to get the easier matchup in week 2. You never have to even play Team Fun.
They don't have to worry about getting demoralized.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Squirtyay's still on tilt. That's what it is.
I mean, I'd be on tilt after that first map. Like, okay, I'm gonna pull up the logs when we get them from Dolphin. I want to see how many deaths DZ has and to who, because I feel like Catalyst has 5. I feel like the Sniper has 5. SAR has 5. I feel like Spoo has like a couple. They're just DZ was not living. The one round they won is the one round where their medic didn't die more than like 4 times, right?
DZ had 19 deaths in 5 rounds. With 4 drops and 2 deaths at 95% or higher.
The two that were 99, they were basically
Yeah,
taking the 1
and so
second
that
longer.
was basically 6. I mean, you can take one back.
19 deaths in
but
5 rounds. After the first half, right, we mentioned that he had average 4 deaths a round. He's basically a 4 death a round average still.
Yeah, only one less beneath that. And I mean, if you take out the round that they won, where he died only once, right? You're looking at 18 deaths in 4 rounds. It's
that's over 4. That's 4.5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4.5.
I mean, oh, dude. Catalyst, did he top frag
40
death?
frags. 40 frags, 32 deaths.
He almost top frags
he's second
and
on
top
both.
death.
He's second on both.
He's tied for deaths, but still. That man was playing more TF2 than anyone else in the server.
He definitely was, and 450 DPM to show for it as well. Just did so much work on Ashville.
I mean, Pup, honestly, 33 and 31 with 320 DPM in a vacuum is a perfectly fine Ashville scoreline. But when the enemy soldier has a cloaking device equipped, and, is running SV cheats and removing your sniper on repeat, is not much you can do about it.
I mentioned wanting to see the spread of the medic kills on Froggieland. Saw with 5, Catalyst with 5, Construd with 4. That's pick classes
and Townsy with 4, and then just 1 from Technomo. Yeah, just your explosive classes and your pick classes.
And your
and you know what that means? The fact that these are all to explosive classes and pick classes and not to, scout, tells me that DZ's just playing too far forward.
Yeah, eating a lot of spam, eating a lot of rockets. We can argue that some of the deaths aren't his fault, right? But that's still 18 deaths you need to account for, where you're dying to stuff where you should be backing out. We know, after the first time where Froggieland takes the aggressive Uber in to you on Shutter, right? You know what's going to happen. You know you should be watching for it. Every time DZ was caught out, whether it was from the main Uber's force or the flanking force, there was just nothing being done, both from his side or from anyone, trying to protect him, to stop these threats coming in over and over again. And it showed. Now, you don't get 19 deaths. You don't average 4.5 deaths per losing round, if that's not the case.
And again, it'd be different if, Froggy was using these aggressive Ubers and DZ's team was wiping around him and he was getting chased by a scout back to spawn. You know what I mean? Where, he did everything he could, but all of his meat shields died instantly, and the only class faster than him, tracks him down. No, they're popping into Shutter. He's dying in the first 4-5 seconds of the Uber. He is not getting out. There's no chance of this. These are not, almost deaths. Oh man, if only that last sticky did a little bit less damage, you would have been out. He is dying in the thick of things, and I'll put the blame for that on him. But I think a lot needs to be sent to his combo as well, both Nurks and Figsy being on denial duty for both spies and soldiers. And arguably Ubers too, right? As far as, body blocking Ubers and Figsy being able to air blast them, it felt like you can argue DZ was making, he was being bailed out of none of them.
Yeah, and I do want to say, now that you brought it up, I was going to mention Figsy at some point because I really wasn't impressed with Figsy's play at all. It's just you don't get a chance to mention it because it's Pyro. There's always more important things happening. But every time I saw Figsy, right, the camera's on Figsy, she was either dead instantly to a pick class or a soldier who she could air blast, or she just wasn't looking at the bombers. I feel like not a single... Okay, one time I saw Figsy hit a reflect air shot onto Catalyst, and that was the mid-bay one, I remember.
Yeah, funny how that works.
Yeah, so we just need to see more of that. And we're moving on to Steel here in just a second. This is the pick of Froggieland. They have a chance to 2-0 here and secure second place minimum for the season. This is exactly the situation they want to be in. We need to see more out of the Squirtyay combo. Steel is a map where everyone can have tons of impact. The flank classes, the pick classes, they can go behind, they can do their shenanigans. But at the end of the day, if your combo can't actually exchange Ubers properly on Steel, you will not win. You need to be able to take the corridors, get damage, and make plays so that you actually have space to work with in post. If your combo just keeps getting destroyed, if your medic is too far forward, if your pyro isn't reflecting people jumping on you, then you're just not going to win. And we need to see more out of their combo because, again, this is sudden death for Squirtyay. If they lose this map, their season's over. They're third place.
Yeah, and what a quick fall to earth it may be. Oh, also, I wanted to point this out, but at the time, I need to double check real quick. We can get a close-up on DZ's avatar, perhaps? It's not what it normally is. It's normally the green DZ text, but it's changed to red, and, when things go from green to red, that means bad things. So, DZ's rag rating. Oh, it doesn't? Okay, well, it's if you know DZ's avatar, it's just the normal one but with a red font. And, you know, his rag rating's been downgraded, so his performance likely is going to go down as well. As,
yeah, DC, the red font. That's pretty funny.
Oh, and,
Wait,
that's
Joey
a caster's
Pyro?
curse I didn't see coming. Figsy looks like is tagging out for Joey Lemons right now?
On Joey Lemon's on Pyro? Or are they going to move Joey to demo and put Johnny from Cali on Pyro? Because he's good at Pyro, right?
That seems more likely, yeah. That definitely seems more likely. Alternatively, it's the other Pyro Joey.
It could be. I feel because we saw Joey in the pregame doc, though, that, like, he's their ringer for the match, right? Like, he's the one they have on call.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, if they approved him to ring on demo, he's likely going to be approved to ring on...
Yeah.
Well, no, he'll still be on demo.
Yeah, he'll still be on
it'll
demo.
just
He got
Pyro.
approved. They're gonna keep him there and put Johnny. I would say that this is an upgrade for them, not because I would say on paper Joey Lemons is a better demo man than Johnny, right? The gap may not be as big as some people think, but I do think that's an improvement for them. You can argue combo semantics, you know, is the player who you're used to playing with all season gonna be better than the sub who's more mechanically skilled, whatever. But I do think that Johnny on Pyro is going to be a very good thing for them because I trust Johnny from Cali on Pyro. I think he's when he made Pyro last season, the seasons prior, I think he was one of the best Pyros in the league. I think he showed very strong mechanics at all points. I remember very specifically in the matches where he was playing Pyro thinking, wow, he is playing very well on Pyro. This is not like the level of Pyro we see from a lot of people playing the class nowadays. And for every time I just said Pyro in that sentence, I'll pay you a nickel, but... I do
oh,
think
wow,
that's like,
that'll be like 5 times what Dolphins paid me for casting.
True.
No, I'm in complete agreement about Johnny on Pyro, where I remember back in the UGC Gold days, there were some incidents that we're not going to bring up for his own honor, where I thought some of his theories on how to play Pyro were just not good. But over time, as he's gone through more and more, he is one of the Pyros where when I watch him play, I notice him do these really little things, and I'm like, wow, like that is such like a, you know, that little like decision to stray for an extra second to the left when he's air blasting an Uber to get a better air blast angle. Like those things really end up playing out where like maybe his med might have gotten caught out, but he knows, you know, the terrain on Lakeside Point, right? So he gets an air blast to hit them into a prop. Type of thing. Like these really little minor micro plays that have like, you know, correspondingly large returns, and I noticed them come out a ton from him. So I think that this is going to, as you said, definitely going to be a upgraded roster, especially because I don't think Figsy's been having her best game tonight. So I'm going to have to see if that's enough. Now, I mean, if there's a map where your roster on paper means nothing, Steel is it.
Yeah, a lot of the crazy things can happen. I'm just watching some of the pregame flame in the chat. I'll relay some of it to you guys. So we see after that decision was made, right? Froggieland are like, Figsy cutting herself mid-match Lamau. We have the Wish saying, if we lose, you guys can flame us all you want. So I'm sure that one extends to Twitch chat. We have them quoting Joey saying, I'm not playing this season, coming in playoffs when they need him most.
Squirtyay playoff surprise.
Catalyst says, I'll put the roast on the top shelf so you can't reach it.
Oh, Wish height jokes. The gift that keeps on giving.
Yep, so with that, this is the final form of Squirtyay, I do think, right? Because this is the roster I
How
think...
are these Preds possible? That seems like a way too low of a score.
Oh, 1.4
to 1.06?
Well, no, because it's stopwatch, 2-1, remember?
Yeah, I guess, but... No teams even predicted to reach 1.5 rounds?
I mean, I think it averages, so, like, if multiple people put... Obviously, like, there's more people putting 2 for... There's more people putting 1 than 0, and some people are putting 2, right? So the 1 is going to be, it's going to be higher than 1, for sure.
Guess I'd imagine you'd see the lowest if it was just alternating 2 zeros, because then everyone else would average to 1.
Yeah, but it's not, because, yeah.
We'll see. Anyway.
Some people putting 2 1s, but...
Squirtyay starting on defense here.
This is going to be a great test, right? Because we're seeing the Joey Lemon sub in, you know, the final form of the Squirtyay roster, the Joey Lemon sub in, the Johnny moving back to Pyro, his home class, and the DZ going red mode. So, I think if they are able to set a good time here, right, this bodes very well for their chances of taking us to a third map. And defense on steel, this show, like, okay, I like seeing a team defend on steel more when I'm questioning how good they are at the map, because I feel like defense on steel has so much more reactive play to the point where, like, you can take aggression on steel as offense very easily because you have a lot of passageways, you have a lot of plays available to your team. But on defense, you have to react to pretty much everything happening to you, and if you're able to do it, you look great. If you're not, you look like you're getting dragged around the entire map.
Ooh, Spoo with the juke on A will stay alive
Joey stack
undetected.
padding. Townsy and Moist, a lot of damage, a lot of HP taken down there.
Ooh, they caught out Pup on A. Got greedy going for damage, and he gets caught out. So
That's pretty bad if you had a
no one
banner.
in upper. Yeah, no, I don't think he had one on, actually. No, he did. He had a battalions, but yeah, not going to have any chance to build it on B. And that's 5 people on A right now, including a gun.
Yeah, everyone except the Uber classes directly themselves. And with the soldier not up yet, it's just going to be a scout. Only Wish going to be looking at this. Going to get stuck in the shutter. Gun's getting stuck. Spy gets the sapper on, but Paro can't find the kill. Exa going to take off the sapper, and there's the gun. We've seen this play a lot before. Exa, be careful.
Exa,
be careful. Just leave the gun up. You're happy leaving it up there. And now, with the scout and Pyro times through the point, a decision has to be made. There's a gun here defending anyone who tries to walk out. Exa moving it to have a better
Then
angle.
the gun gets sapped on B, and the gun goes down. Nothing to move into Wishbone.
Wish is dead.
Times 3 still. Pyro jumps out of spawn. They know he's behind them in lobby. Captain's going so quickly here. Pyrus is just reflecting all the rockets.
Exa heals his gun just in time. They're gonna cap this.
No way.
If this rockets reflect,
Not a chance. Say it ain't so. The
Just
gun
a second,
and Wishbone's
just in
finally up
time.
and just in
Oh
time.
my god, the gun is still there though, it's still doing damage. B is free by the way, they're already on to B capping it. That almost was disaster for Squirtyay there on that defense. They had to put everything, all the resources, now they're stuck in Wishbone. Joey goes down, Johnny goes down. They have to get out, they have to give up all the space.
Percy's in hell, literally. And they have so much cap time, they can just jump on
They're
it.
just gonna leave! They're baiting you, they're not going B. You don't get to move to C, they're going for the full win right now. I love this
Virgil
play.
caught out on Wishbone, Wish still behind. They're gonna catch him out, but Pyro's still on point. Wish gonna take him out, and Catalyst trains, he's still alive. Moist will take him out, but he goes down, and they are still pixels away. Sar in hell with Constru.
What is he doing down there? Are they gonna keep going for this? It doesn't look like they can right now. They don't have any room. Where are they regrouping?
Constru missed the jump!
Oh no! Okay, without the cap, they're gonna have to go back to B. I like that play. That
No,
was
the Technolo's just right in here.
That is a knockout.
The heavies,
punch
okay,
play.
there's a sniper in
Yeah, no, he's not getting
heaven.
capped. He's not getting capped anymore. Okay. I love that play. That was a knockout punch attempt by Froggieland. It didn't work in the end, right? They just barely didn't cap the point. The rotation was seen just in time by Squirtyay to stop it. But I love the attempt at a knockout punch. That's so cheeky. If you get that cap there, you just demoralize your opponent on their last stand, right? Instead, they stall out, they lose time, they lose about, what, a minute and a half, 2 minutes on that, because they could have just capped B, right?
It's
They
only 2.5
all in
minutes
E.
through B. That's a pretty decent time.
Yeah, okay, yeah. They lost about a minute, right? Because they could have just capped B and walked Wishbone and took an exchange there, but they went for it all. So 1 minute on the clock removed from that, but I like the attempt once again. So now both meds about on Uber going to set up for the C exchange.
Yeah, they are going to collapse on Pickles in upper. They're going to get the gun, and Catalyst has temporarily heaven control. He will lose that fight.
Oh, the Uber.
As Uber comes into Wishbone, better use for the offense right here. Good stuffing coming in from Johnny. Gonna try to split up Townsy. Will go down though to the heavy, but it stalls them out. And Wishbone and Nurks up top shreds them in Wishbone. He gives up the kill on Virgil. Doesn't finish it off as the battalions comes in from lower. Pup waiting on that full pack, but it's gonna be a while on the spawn.
Percy just headshot Sar and Pyrocene still standing out contesting here. It's just Townsy alone. Gets reverse spawned by a battalion soldier. You're not going to get out of this one alive. He gets taken down.
Oh, the E setup coming in though. Catalyst has heaven.
Yeah, Catalyst
the
has
gun
heaven.
and Wishbone out on point. No one even in position to attempt to deny it. It looks like they're going to try Wishbone. But
yeah,
these
have
Uber has a gun
see
here
for
that they're going to
this.
have to go through.
Yeah, it's getting wrangled too, so a couple stickies won't take this out. Pickles goes down as well against no engineer going to be able to set up a gun. Wish is dead as well. This is starting to get threatening. Remember, they're all stuck in Wishbone right now. They have to go back and back spawn.
Percy dead, no sniper.
They have to back spawn.
Townsy jumps into
Joey's dead.
heaven. Joey goes down. Yeah, they're in hell. This is good. This should be it. There's no one in position to
Constru hit
contest.
the jump. Constru hit the jump. Exa jumping on with the Wrangler for the 2x. This is going to be the cap. They're all dead. 4.5 through 5. That's a fast time, not unbeatable.
That could have been a sub 2 minute cap.
It could have been a 2 minute, yeah.
And I don't know if I've ever seen a steal that had this much E time for this much of the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was a wild round. That's one of the crazier rounds of steal I think we've ever seen.
I can't believe they were pixels away from a sub 2 minute. Out the gate, too. I mean, you said Froggy's or Squirtyay's going to need to react to it. We did not see that.
Yeah, that's
Wish
not
had
too dangerous.
Wish had like 2 separate hero moments, taking people off of points. But other than that, like, Squirtyay had nothing going, and Dolphin just abused the fact that he has the script.
Yeah.
And Dolphin, you at least gotta get second.
Yeah. You gotta get behind Watterson there, but either way, 4.5 on the clock, right? If you are Squirtyay, you really, really want to win this round. If you get set on the back foot here, you can feel your chances to go up to second.
5, 4, 3.
Yeah, it just goes up in smoke. And I mean, Froggy's looking good. They're playing so strong. You gotta have some kind of momentum shifter. You know what I mean? Something that you got a med drop, you got like a couple good defenses on B right off the bat, something.
They're just walking it up with the heavy. They're gonna take the heavy off of the high ground. They're gonna get the teleporter as well here. So all of a sudden, high ground control immediately being held by Squirtyay. This is a very good opening.
Yeah, the scout is with them on B right now. Which they have... What do they have watching E? Construed Invisible, and that's it.
Yeah, I guess they don't think that they're going to take much aggression into AE, but they do have the sentry gun here, so... Okay, they do have a scout.
Wish Pop Pickle's all in right now, only 2. Moist fucking stabbed out on B, so that could be important. I've got my eyes on E right now, as Pup is
I'll call the
playing
B
near
fight then,
spawn.
'cause it's popping off. Joey Lemon's great air pipe onto Catalyst to keep control
They're
of
getting the gun
high ground.
behind!
Yeah, they're flanking behind Wishbone. This is what you can do instead of going for ECAP. You can just walk right in behind the enemy team and take them off. I like the play from Squirtyay, remember? You have 4.5 minutes. You just need a cap steal. 4.5 minutes is not undoable at all, and getting an instant B helps your case out a lot. You have more options to go through now. You can choose to heavy C. You can choose to bait C and go E like we saw Froggy do last round. It looks like now with the shutter closing, they'll be able to move up and try to make one of these plays.
Yeah, Pup already up in heaven, so that could spell a really quick E aggro here. Gun's passive in Wishbone, but it looks like they're going to try to get into C.
No one's on it, yeah.
The point has been capped, though, so the back spawns are up, but no one able to get in.
They're stuck
quickly.
in. There's already stickies being spammed over the top. Unless they Uber out, they're not going to be able to contest it.
I think they have to. I think they have to. There's too much pressure. They are going to go in, getting bounced around in the hallway. They will get the Uber out in exchange. They only find Pajaro, though. Scout coming in from the back, trying to pick something up. But Pyrus goes down.
Yeah, they just had no position to go on that. They tried their best, but in the end, it didn't work out. I feel like now we're seeing Froggieland panic a bit on the defense here. They're like, guys, we're losing points too fast. We have to make a stand somewhere. But I don't think that was where you make your stand. They do manage to retake Heaven in the meantime, though.
DZ's dead!
Yeah, DZ died. Just sticky bombs over the top, walking out. He just walked too far forward. Townsy, though, getting backstabbed. There's no Dell man. On the bright side, Exa's gun is still up despite Exa getting sniped out. Percy is standing in, looking forward, seeing what snipes he can find. Gun now getting taken down with the lack of an engineer there. They lose Pajaro to a pistol, but still trying to cap this up. They're not interested in D. They want to go through Wishbone still.
This battalion's though is going to do a lot to just keep Moist healthy and alive here. They're gonna get some presence back in on this point. But Pup gets the whip, jumps up into Heaven. Will take the room, and they're going to try to splash him out.
Yeah, they get the heavy up there, takes him down. Moist with it. Pajaro decloaking. 1, 2 onto Moist. Big kills onto the demo and heavy. And with Exas sniped out by Percy, they have this one in the bag. Tons of spawn timers for their players are 20 seconds. Gun getting set up by Pickles here. It's only level 1 for now. Might try to build that one up a little bit longer. Don't have any metal. They're just going to stack 5x.
Vigil has Uber though at the E spawn, so they can just use out when they get numbers here. That's important to remember. 6 blown off the door right now.
You should walk up right now.
Pyro's coming out right now. Yeah, they're just going to take the Pyro Uber in. Going to try to get some people in. They got Johnny! That's 1 in the pit. As the Uber will stall. Time's still coming up, but the spawn coming in. Construed 2! On point!
Face stunned by Construed! That's a massive pick there to get them off of the cap. It's rolling back down now in timer. They have faster spawners though. Remember, spawns for offense are drastically shorter for defense.
Catalyst would have fallen to the pit, but he dies to the gun. That's still more kills coming in though. Percy on a 6th streak. 50 seconds left and a ton of cap time. Technomo doing what he can, but that level 1 is not, you can't out-movement that. X are going to go down as well. And Squirtyay says, screw your E pressure, screw your 4-minute time. We'll come in with a sub 3. I'm pretty sure that was, or maybe just over 4. And they take the first half back.
Yeah, that was a super fast-paced round. I really like what we saw from the E pressure, right? Because you mentioned that they weren't contesting E pressure super hard. I think what that means is that Froggieland is okay with letting the enemy team get E cap time, right? I feel like they're okay with letting it get to halfway. They're fine with exchanging on B, and they're fine with rotating players late to take care of it. What they didn't expect was the immediate flank onto the Wishbone players. Or onto your B players through Wishbone. So they just immediately got B without much contention. Like we mentioned, the upper take on B was really good from Squirtyay, but that alone doesn't win you the point. You need to be able to get in, get kills, and continue having space.
13-1.
13-1 on Sniper on Steel. That's insane.
Unless that's from DC.
He does?
Yeah, and I want to point out, though, that 2K Construed got only 2 kills and a half. Right at the end. Townsy and Moist both did pretty well. But I don't know, like, I feel like the more and more we've been seeing Steel recently, teams have been putting less and less pressure on denying any form of E pressure, and it's just been biting them in the ass over and over again. I mean, I remember the days where Soldier defaulted to E spawn. Your NG couldn't set up a gun for free in front of spawn. I mean, Pickles got, like, Mr. President and past spawn with a whip, but no one even attempted to shoot her, and they just got the gun up behind, and that put so much pressure in immediately. Like, I understand that having your soldier in upper is important on B to stall it, but, like, he gets called out to spam E off anyway.
One tech that I'm missing right now that is like a timeless special from what I've seen, and one of the reasons why I think he's great at Steel is he will do this thing where he takes his first shot on B to, feign presence. But if you think about it, what does your sniper actually do scoping down main on B, right? Unless they just don't pop and don't spam you on the corner, you're not doing much, right? Timeless would rotate back into spawn and hard scope the AE players as they come through when the gates open on timing, right? And I love that because if you... Yeah, on defense.
Okay, gotcha,
you walk through spawn and stand where the scout normally spots the pushers. If you get an early pick there, you make it so much easier for your flank players to actually just win the exchange on E. And if you're winning the exchange on E with frag advantage, all of a sudden you have nothing to worry about because there's no pressure coming in, you're winning the fight in behind, you're not going to get flanked, and you can rotate your sniper back down to B and have him play normally instead of peeking lower.
Mission begins.
Yeah, and like it's just there needs to be more pressure. I mean, B is so easy to hold, right? And with the attack where you have the telly leading back up for your heavy, and I've seen plenty of teams the heavy gets forced out, the telly gets destroyed, the demo just jumps up and spams it instead, and the heavy plays on ground. Totally possible to just swap them out there. You do not need 7 people on B to hold upper cliff. As the deck from Townsy
this time Townsy gets the demo on heavy for stat padding. Power taking the telly up. Is anyone gonna know? They call him out.
You know, he saps it but dies for it, which...
Yeah. I mean, you'll take that, honestly. It's not the worst.
I mean, if they wipe again, though, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Exa just... Yep, already, Wrangle jumping up, gets a buff, drops the telly exit down, entrance still alive, and Spook, waste that opportunity, really, for nothing.
Sar playing up top, gets a shot off, but can't hit the headshot. Joey's just gonna go in. They want to get this is the sack play. This is the sack play. They saved it for this round. You just walk in like you're pretending you're gonna Uber, but you don't. And he gets enough stickies on the dispenser to get the force out of Virgil there. That's a very good opening from the side of Squirtyay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I see this play work, and I'm still just skeptical. I feel like if you know it's a possibility that it's going to come, as Power actually tellies up, takes the telly and gets moisted upper, Uber coming in through upper, and Joey's going to get skied, and then 2 players levitated with the Wrangler. Exo doing his best to start that Uber. May not be enough, though?
Yeah, they're not taking any damage at all on offense. Squirty just gets in for free. No one drops into the right HP at all during that exchange, so they just get the capture for free. And now Sar gonna pick off Nurks, but not gonna be enough to stop this contest. B's gonna get capped up here, and they're already walking Wishbone. Scout contesting them. Technomo trying to spot this and force people back for now. They will stall things out after the B cap.
Yep, 139 through 2, the fastest time I believe we've seen. Oh no, did they have a faster time last half? Do you remember through B? But pressure already in on C.
Yeah, they're trying to get the kill into the heavy here, taking the low right now. Gonna have to go to the resup. Pyrus will get taken down in the meantime. Percy's sticky down by Townsy, so no sniper. And Uber is out onto C here, trying to find whatever they can, but Virgil's already out of dodge, so now gonna have full Uber. There's a soldier flanking in behind. DZ taking a bit low. but he will get the Uber. They will be able to push onto C here, and they want to go as many players as they can. DZ taking a half, and they're going to pop. Big stab onto Townsy from Pajaro early on, as Joey kills himself, but he'll be fine. They'll get the C cap anyway.
Yeah, Moist getting taken out on that upper deck, really important too, to just kind of clear that out, as the C cap will come in for Squirtyay right now, and that's likely going to be no more than 2.5 minutes. Sar scoping down Death. I like this, just to see if anyone gets a little bit cheeky.
Yeah, there's no way they can actually see your dot there because of how the hallway goes, but
No one's
gonna
going
leave,
for it, though.
doesn't like
I
it.
think he
No one's there
realizes
either.
that, so he backs out as well. You guys see combo in lobby, or just... No, looks like they're just holding on E.
They have a lot up in heaven once again. They have the entire combo plus the sentry gun and engineer. And I'm looking to defend the walk-in. Joey gets killed immediately,
Ooh,
so
oops.
with no demo man, that sentry nest is perfectly safe up there. Nothing threatening it at all. They try to go in behind. Pajaro will get a kill onto Pyrus, but that's all they got, really.
Yeah, you know, the defensive Pyro right there, not exactly the most valuable pick. The bridge is still didn't even finished extending, so no one really to blow in the pit should they look to contest, as the Uber's going to come up for Virgil. DZ also has... Ooh, Spy bumped. Pajaro going to be forced to drop down.
Combos lobby now. They're rotating into lobby for the side of Squirtyay, seeing if they can go D. They want to take D. They're flooding through it. It's not called yet. They're going to get in this hallway before anyone even knows about it. And they pick off Technomo instantly. They pop Uber.
Townsy all going to get used on just in time. And they are not in a good position in this Uber. Great air blast from Johnny, just saying, we don't even need to damage you. Just zone you out. We'll take D for free. And this spawn gate's about to shut down if D gets capped.
Yeah,
I don't know if Froggie's aware of that.
They do get the kill onto Nurks. That's a decent pick, and they're trying to go up to up.
Oh,
They're trying to flank down, but they will get some kills, but they lost D. They get
Beautiful.
DZ, they get Joey. That's pretty good, but the spawners are so fast. Everyone's already alive, by the way.
Right, but they no longer have to worry about being wrapped through D, though. So, I mean, you'd like to have saved the point, but you do just get a ton of kills. You stick ad heavily in favor of Virgil, and you get to maintain your positioning. So, not the worst, honestly, as Sar will find the shot onto Nurks. Wishta goes down as well. Takuma wins that fight. So, no tons of kills coming in, and Pajaro not able to find anything on D.
X is still in
lobby will be
heaven
moved
with a level 1 getting wrangled. He has a pyro with him to defend from spam, so Gun can stay, can do a little bit of work. They're getting contested in lobby as Uber coming through from Virgil and crew, going to be trying to find whatever picks they can. They will catch out Joey, they get Johnny as well, but not finding DZ Creeper, which is what they wanted here. They get Pup as well in post, so no banner, nothing of that sort going to be coming up, and that does buy them sometimes stabilize here. The Gun can get built up to level 3 for Exa, and they can find out where they want to go next, where they want to.
And they do give up their ad for this, but Pyrus already playing, knowing he's going to have to deny this.
Yeah, there's a good
As,
position.
the gun goes down, Uber comes in, Pyrus not able to keep them in the door, but gets them in the corner, will eventually go down, but Virgil and Townsy going to back out. They're a little too close, Virgil! Gonna get W1 down, why are you still so forward?
They just lose so many crucial players, and remember, their spawns are so long at this juncture. They have Moist walking out behind, trying to find some kills. Wish taking the 1v1, and Moist gonna win it. Moist does a lot of damage, will get taken out in the end, though. X's gun got taken out as well, so he needs to rebuild that from scratch. It's a level 2, but it's getting jumped by Pup. Pup goes into the pit. He gets pushed back.
Pickles
going
too!
down as well. Pickles is dead! There's so many kills going over in favor of the defense here, but again, they can't lose players, otherwise the spawns are long. Sar giving them a kill onto Joey, though, will give them the space back.
Yeah, Joey ended up in the pit, respawns, immediately gets sniped, so no demo for quite some time. Catalyst finally some of those reflex coming in on him. Wish,
Types lol as he's falling.
Still alive, yeah, not yet dead when the lull comes in. I want to see some loose cannons come out.
That's true. It's
so good defending
Yeah,
E.
they had to force in B. They took so much damage from the enemy dome man that the Uber just has to get popped out instantly. And, okay, so you already have D capped, right? You're going through D now. What does this buy? You get to put out Heaven. You get to try to kill Heaven as much as you can. They're going to wrangle in here.
Gets out, but he still goes down. They're just going to get murdered in... Oh, this is a crazy time to pause. Oh, Virgil has 90% with a saw out. If this flare that Johnny is aiming hits Sar instead of her, she could get the Uber and then maybe sneak out and take the Uber and beautiful the team in DE.
Here's what I see, right? So Sar is 74 HP and he's on fire. Does the squirt shot kill him instantly?
Oh, that's a dead. No.
Or the
no,
dead,
it shouldn't
Does
kill
the
him.
dead kill?
No, dead doesn't do 90. Dead does, what, 40 something? It's a mini crit.
Yes.
I thought it was flare gun.
Okay, Virgil is never getting the saw because Johnny's just gonna walk backwards after he shoots this flare. He has no reason to keep walking forward without his flamethrower out.
That's what you think.
It's better if Star stays alive and they can heal him. Virgil goes for the saw.
She got the
Doesn't
saw,
get
but
it.
drops.
Yeah,
Or did she?
goes
Maybe
down.
not. It's not showing
No, I
up.
don't see the drop in chat. She didn't get the saw. Yeah.
Andy, no, I heard the melee sound, but it didn't reg. A feeling I know all too well. Percy, though, up in JFK, gonna take out X, so that midi stays alive. Actually in a decent spot to get some shots out of people on the bridge.
Yeah, it's just Wish trying to fight a heavy at long range. That one's going to be favored for the heavy every time. They have a mini sentry as well, but Point now getting capped up. This time is stretched into pretty long territory. Froggieland's done a decent job here. How much more can they do is the
Monster going
question.
into JFK to get Percy.
Yeah, gonna get him.
No sniper, that's a big kill right there. And Pop, I thought he was going to be in the pit, but surfs it out into lower. Nurk's going to go down, though. Joey and
He's dead.
DZ, too. Too
They
close
can get
on
this.
the point. Goes down. Oh, no, that was Construed up in JFK, taking out DZ with the revolver. Great, just heads up to stay in there and get that damage off.
Yeah, and Extra gets taken down, but gets his mini sentry down just in time. It's 8 alive for the defense here. They managed to respawn and get players out onto the point. This is a very impressive hold from Froggieland considering how long D's been capped. You normally see E fall like a domino after they get D just because you have no good spawn access, but either way, they're making it work. And Joey just too far forward, picked off by Townsy. They have to go through lobby because they're just stacking all the points again.
Oh, that's
They do have
4
heavy
dead,
control.
though.
Yeah,
5.
wait, it's just Extra Townsy. How did everyone bleed?
Spontaneous feeding.
Johnny,
Who was going to get
walk forward.
taken
Johnny, walk
out?
forward,
And
near blast him.
Wish times out mid-Uber.
That was the
what
pause.
the pause was
Yeah.
for. Unlucky timing for that, and that actually is going to potentially get them some extra seconds here as they're going to group up in lower. And, Townsy, without his med, gets sniped there, so no more explosive damage. And pushing from hell's great when you've got a demo man.
Shot, shot. It does a lot of damage on the point, but that's gonna be it. It's
DZ
funny.
drops
He drops
just before he Just
8
one more
minutes.
for the logs. What does it matter at this point?
Yeah, what does it matter? But 8 minutes. That's a very good defense from Froggy considering how fast we saw A through D captured from Squirtyay. That one turns into a very long time. And I'd say we're very much like it's very likely we go to another round of steal here.
Their time dropped from 8:03 to 8:02 when the halves changed. I'm shocked.
Rigged.
They
That 1
rigged the
second makes
second
the
back in their
difference.
favor, yeah. You know, I think it's funny where I feel like sometimes you see if D gets capped and you don't immediately win, like it almost signals that you kind of failed. Like it feels more like D is useful not even for the spawn sometimes, but just for the fact that you split them and force them to make bad decisions.
Well, yeah, and it extends their spawn timers even longer. So
True. But I mean, again, like when you have that good steal hold setup, it doesn't matter if you're not dying. Which Froggieland doesn't, and that's why them losing D didn't really matter. They traded D, but they got a wipe for it. They got ad back, and they were able to just play smart, stay alive, and use that ad throughout, and they kept finding kills onto DZ.
So if Squirtyay want to win here and not go to another round on steal, they have to hold for 8 minutes. We haven't seen them do anything like that. We've seen them get constantly pressured from behind. So I'd say unlikely, but they have to actually try and do it. You know, they might get it across the line.
Oh, look at this aggression coming out onto A. Power, Wish, and Pop all gonna come out, but Technomo kills them all.
Oh,
and he gets the
Technomo
cleaver on the
cleavered.
Spoo.
It was so if Spoo got that kill, that's actually huge because it stalls the A cap for a long time. But instead, Takumo gets the cleaver kill, knifes Spoo in the head, and they will get the capture anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
That's what happened.
Spoo just typing she in chat.
So now the AE setup, as usual, is moving in. They have all the class they had before. 5 players moving in.
Joey
It's
has
Technomo
stickies.
here. Guys, Technomo's 1v5. He gets cleaver too. Contra jumps in the pit. We won't talk about that one, but X's gun
He
getting
failed
set up
again?
as usual.
He failed it again, or he might have gotten knocked in.
No, he got
actually.
knocked off by the scout. So technically, a second kill coming in. But now X's gun set up. They are early rotating their soldier here. If your soldier spams rockets on the point, then there's nothing Technomo can really do. He needs to back up. But good counter bomb from their own soldier going to force Percy back, or Pup back. So now they're going onto the gun, Sapper onto it, well timed. They do take down X's gun this time, but they lose a couple players for it. They're rebuilding it right now. Can they do anything to get pressure here? They have Pyro standing on point. Technomo's
Pyro
back
did
on
get
it.
forced out there. Technomo on it, gonna get as much as he can before he drops off lower. They've got half the time right there. Uber's exchanged out on
Joey's
B.
dead, yeah. Joey
Tons
died in
of
the
ground
exchange.
gained by the offense, and it's just Virgil and Townsy there.
Yeah, high ground being held now by the offense. Froggieland walking in, forcing the enemy team through, and This will cause the E pressure to cease because now there's a combo overlooking you, but it did their job. You know, they're getting B pretty much for free. There's nothing that the defense can do to retake B at all here. So they're going to try to walk a couple players out. It's not going too well. If Joey dies here, then they lose a
DZ
lot
gets
of pressure.
shot back by Technomo. He kited back towards Wishbone instead of his own spawn. Not aware of how much pressure into Wishbone the flank of Froggieland has. So pressure, but it was more than enough to get them beat.
This is why I said that recontest was bad and they shouldn't have done it, is because you're putting yourself in a sandwich voluntarily there. You know they have pressure on you. You know their players are there somewhere, even if you don't see them. We have object permanence as adults. But it seems that they just forgot that, walked in, and they got shot in the back. And it's going to cost them a whole lot. Two in the pit. Technomo and Townsy both fall in. The pit god is very happy tonight.
Feed him more. Vigil has Uber. Most of the team has been dropped at this point. She's going to have to force onto Exa. Engineer Uber coming in, going to take out Nurks. That looks like it's all they're going to get. Exodus sends it back out through Hell instead. Waiting maybe to find something, but no, going to get taken out by Pop in the staircase. Bit of a wasted Uber there from Virgil. It's going to throw Ad back in favor of DZ. 5 minutes left on the clock. And an aggro hold into Wishbone here. Going to have to be careful. And here comes in the upper flank. They know that they're going to have to back out immediately.
Yeah, both meds, or rather DZ Creeper come up on 90% Uber for the defense here. They're moving forward on C to meet the offense coming through Cliff. Froggieland, they don't like what they see. They're already rotating all the way around. No Uber, you don't want to force through there onto a hungry enemy waiting below you. So now it's 75% Uber, but Townsy getting stabbed. Gonna extend their wait time a bit longer. They need him to make this push happen. They're gonna go forward and they get the force anyway. Catalyst gets 2 and the force just waddling in. That's insane.
X has got a level 2 just to stop them from chasing any further. So that might show up in Wishbone pretty soon. And, yeah, I mean, the ad back in favor of Virgil at 99 just coming up on 200. Looks like they're going to go upper.
Yeah, they want to go Cliff now. There's no Uber awaiting them, so they're going to walk in over the top. If they can get a sniper posted here, it's dangerous. Sar ringing off one headshot. Uber coming in over the top. Big bomb from Catalyst in the backside. Going to help get the kill onto Percy, so no sniper up for the defense. And without Uber, they're just trapped in here. Stickies are going to go down on their shutter in just a second here, and that's going to be C-capped up.
And I really like Townsy jumping up onto like the deck there to get a much better angle to get Stickies on spawn. Because he knew that they had all backed up rather than going the long way around. He just jumps up, knows he has the health deck, and he can kite off if he needs to. Gets the Stickies down C-cap, 340 left on the clock. This is still anyone's game.
Yep, gonna be 50% Uber ad for DZ Creeper on the defense here. They have the level 3 set up in Heaven. It's in a very aggressive spot compared to in the window, so a bit easier to spam out for some classes. Probably won't make too much of a difference. They are posting up in the DE connector hallway where the medium health pack is. They have their sniper as well, staring Wishbone. Percy just gets taken out instantly, and that's gonna signal a walkout.
Maybe, but they're all so hurt up in Wishbone trying to come out right there. They're gonna see some players float into lower, others are gonna have to back off and get heals. Virgil has Uber here. Just coming up on it, but you need the health to really go in and make a good fight.
Yep, and the gun's still up here. Both might now up on Uber, but another opening pick from Star. This time onto Joey Lemons. They're going to pop immediately. Good bomb by Catalyst over the top. There's a lot of damage. Helps get the force. Now Uber going to expire for the offense in just a second here. There is a level 2 gun, but oh no. The pit again for a player. This time it's Pyrus going down. X is level 2 though. Getting some decent cleanup onto Pajaro and Johnny. Still alive as well. Both teams with 6 players alive.
Townsy and Moist, they're going to be dead, so that's a lot of your fragging power dead. And everyone's still just, you know, kind of lined up here at spawn. Sar, it looks like, where did Sar go?
Wish is currently on a 6K, so a ton of work
like
being done by the scout on defense here. You need to get cleanup if you are Wish. You need to get as many kills as you can without dying, because if you let players live, they can just stall on you, they can extend your spawns. Yeah, so Wish doing a great job here. We will now see the offense rotate into lobby. Virgil is about even Ubers with DC, so Spy gonna call this one out. Paro does see it. Goes for a fancy stab, gets his dead ringer popped. In the meantime, we will see Pup posting up here. So where's the offense going to take this Uber? Both meds on 80%. Looks like they want to contest D this time.
Yeah, and Catalyst is dead. Getting some spam down just in time for Construct to find Joey and DZ. It's been a while since Construct got 2, and he takes them out right there. That's going to open up D, but more importantly, even Percy going to find Virgil. Where was it? That was just right from the E spawn.
Yep.
Both Mets dead. I still think D likely going to go over. They don't want to give up that split threat.
They're moving their combo classes up to Wishbone, having a Soldier solo cap. This could bite them in the end. They move the Spy on here to get the D cap. They will have it in time, I do believe. Yeah, they're going to see D right now, trying to get as many players through Wishbone as they can. Remember, 1.5 minutes needed on this defense. They have to get everything
and the gun's
now.
Blocking them. Joey's going to eat so much damage and get cut off right away. The gun's going to go down eventually, but it's bought so much time. Virgil, though, sniped out again. They're just melting on this point. They wanted it, but they group up, and it will be their downfall. You know, when you said they were rotating to Wishbone, I thought that's a great idea. Every single time they've tried to recontest, we've seen Squirtyay go through Wishbone. I thought they were going to play up, you know, and, like, play near the C-arm. You know what I mean? Leave 2 or 3 people to cap E, take their combo up, and stuff them in that doorway. That's not what they do. They all just group up on point, and they all eat the same damage. That said, spawns are back in.
Yep, spawns are better. They're already all in. The defense does have 9. They're not all ready to fight quite yet. Stacking the point. 6x, a level 2 from Exa is doing work. They need to get on it. Uber popped out here. They will clean up. Wish barely avoids the pit for now as Percy posts up, takes down 2. Defense standing strong here. Pickles is the only casualty. They will lose Wish now at the end, but still they can defend with these 7 classes alive so long as no one else bleeds. But 20 seconds left on the clock. Point is almost capped up. This could be the win here.
Yeah, they're going to need to do something to get in on it. Damage coming out from Catalyst in hell onto Nerds, but it's just knocking off his buff. Sticky's going down. They need people to get in on this point, and no one's even remotely close to it yet. Boys come steps on it. Uber comes out.
7 seconds.
And no one gets flashed, but no one's capping. There's just not enough people. The time's going down, and it's not going to be enough. Play is too slow, and despite the blazing start in that first round from Froggieland, they end up getting 2-0 on their map, and it's the Highlander Classic, baby.
Yep, we're going to a third map. This time Squirtyay coming back strong on steel. You always expect, we say it's the Highlander Classic, you know, you take your opponent's map pick, but after how dead they looked on Ashville, I didn't think it was going to happen, but in the end, we're going to another map. Squirtyay have extended time here, and they have one more shot at being at least 2nd seed.
This VOD with, like, the nameplates off, I would bet significant money that I would get the teams wrong. Or like I would bet significant money on which team is which, and I would be wrong. Both of these teams look almost completely opposite to how we saw them play last week, or then throughout the season, really.
Yeah, and that was just there's so much to unpack about how this steal went from the nearly 2-minute capture from Froggieland to getting stalled out on an 8-minute defense. There's just so much different that could have happened. Imagine, right? They get the 2-minute cap. They win the round. It's so hard to replicate 2 minutes when it happens to you. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime steal push they could have had. Like, the amount of times I've seen steal capped in sub 2 minutes in, like, 10 years of Highlander, I can count on one hand, right?
DK versus old gaming.
I remember More Than Adequate did it versus I Hate Everything, the ODB team. I think it was. No, it was something. But yeah, it doesn't happen often, and they very nearly made it happen. But at the end, they lose 2-0, and now we're going to Vigil.
Dolphin. In Comic Sans! Comic Sans!
He got it right. Yep, logs up on your screen. Devilman putting out even DPM, you know, even though Joey came in fresh, we mentioned he's a very mechanically strong Devilman. Yeah, Townsie's been
doesn't matter.
Phenomenally.
You know, 1 didn't matter, right? And yeah. Percy, after going 13-1,
18-9, yeah,
turns around to go what, 5-8? SAR picks it up though. So I mean then again, Steel, right? Steel stats. Oh no, that wasn't combined. Okay, I thought that was combined, but
it is combined. Percy does perform a lot better than SAR overall, though. And it definitely was a factor in how they were able to 2-0 that. I feel like Percy just railed off headshot after headshot when he needed to.
It may have been there was a bit of a combo diff on the side of Froggieland, but flank and pit classes both diffed on Squirtyay, and I was able to pull it back. I mean, that's Pyrus top deft?
I mean, he was a victim of the pit numerous times, from what I recall.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's
Dolphin, do we have a stat for pit deaths, or is that something we'll have to look up on our own? Because we don't have it right now, but I feel like 10 people must have gone in the pit there. We saw so many people die to pit in that matchup. Still,
the pit counter back. Remember the pit counter? I think it was on XTV.
Pit counter.
Potentially the casting org that I'm really not gonna bring up because bad memories. But
Yeah, but
Yeah, we come on to Vigil here, and I am so surprised that Squirtyay could have picked Prude and they picked Vigil instead.
That's true, yeah. Squirtyay had the choice here. They could have picked Prude, Vigil. What was the last option?
Prude or Vigil? Well, oh, no, so
what got banned?
Froggieland had the last ban.
Yeah, and
So
they banned...
it was Vigil, Upward, and Prude. And Froggieland banned Upward, which, while surprising in the sense that, you know, they didn't force double stopwatch, they did just lose on Upward, and likely, you think about how they won their half, right, is on the back of Poseidon's masterclass.
Yeah, you're not confident.
You're not confident in Upward. So them banning Upward instead of Prude, I completely understand. But then the fact that Squirtyay had Prude, they had the Koth map that they won in the regular season 4-2, and rather than finally giving me my goddamn Prude cast, they have to go and pick Vigil. It's something that, I mean, if they continue the level of play that we saw on Steel, it's gonna look, perfectly fine in hindsight. But have to imagine the last time we saw this team play Vigil was back against RR in week 3, I believe, and it was not the cleanest performance.
Yeah, they did drop around there, so they didn't look clean, but everything changes in the postseason. You know, we mentioned it before when we saw the team win in week 1. We saw them win maps we didn't expect them to, of playoffs rather. And now they come in after just winning Steel, a stopwatch map. We didn't expect them to do it after, they lost Ashville that badly, but either way, we're here. Vigil is going to be the determining map for who takes second seed minimum here and who's going to go home in third, but a lot is riding on this.
Yeah, 1.4 to 1.1 in favor of Squirtyay for Vigil.
Yeah, despite this going to 3 maps,
it's only 11.
Vigil. It's going to be so hard saying Virgil and Vigil combined, right? On the same, whenever we have to differentiate them.
Well,
but...
so you're worried about that. For the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, really, I've been having to deal with the fact, I mean, my casting config has not worked in like 3 years, so I don't actually have their aliases straight on. I only see the players' aliases, and Virgil has been aliased as Virgin for, I think, the past 3 weeks, and I don't think I've missaid it once. Catalyst is also aliased as Fatalist, and there's been a couple times I've started with the F sound and caught myself. But, yeah, it's a real struggle up here in the booth.
Yeah, we don't have working peripherals, working configs, so working conditions not the best, but we'll continue on.
Not getting paid.
Underpaid,
bad
no
working
equipment.
Speaking of sweatshop labor, man, I was... Sweatshop sad face. I was, I was working until like 9:23 tonight. That sucked. And then I was so worried. I knew this match was going to go 3 halves. I'm just glad that we're at 3 halves and it's still Monday.
Yeah, it's 11. I was going to say, despite the match going to 3 maps, because Vigil is a short map, we're likely not going to go into Tuesday Highlander. I say likely because it's still possible if we have...
Here comes the 16-minute defense following by the subsequent hold.
Yeah, we could have 3 halves of like 8 minutes apiece on both like offense and defense, right? In that case, plus the break times, we might break midnight. But if that doesn't happen, we might be ending before Tuesday. So Tuesday Highlander might get denied. It might not. We'll have to see. But right now, both teams do have all 18 on the server. Finally, thank you for waiting. We're about to get into the final map of the lower bracket finals. Winner gets second place minimum and a chance at team fun. Loser goes home in third.
Yeah, and we are actually not going live soon. The way you said that made me expected that we were, but we're not.
That's all we're ready up, but they don't come through.
A little bit of time coming in. So we actually haven't done too much in the pregame analysis because they've been writing up really quickly, which has been very much appreciated. Because I know they're going to come back and they're going to watch this cast. At least the team who won did. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, the team who lost wants to forget it.
That we're not being held hostage here. But who are you looking at here, Zag? To be the difference maker in. I mean, I don't want to sell these teams short, but it's my expectation that this will likely be the closest match of the playoffs that we see.
Yeah,
with Team Fun waiting in grand finals, it's going to be admittedly difficult for me to see either of these teams coming with the upset. I mean, crazier things have happened. I think Somebody Help bracket resetting against 4,500 last season was not on anyone's bingo card. But who's going to be the player who really, settles the standings into... Because this spot's fully up for grabs right now.
Yeah, I have no clue who's going to win this.
Wow. Boo. Boo.
If I had to give you a player to watch, right, I definitely think we look at the Demoman here. Townsy has been playing phenomenally all night. It's Highlander. Demoman is, the most important, or at least a top 2 important class. And Vigil Uber exchanges are so in-depth where, like, the exact placement of all of your stickies on, like, Hill matters so much for you getting proper damage in post and pre-Uber. So I think looking and see how Joey stacks up to Johnny, and how they stack up, or Joey stacks up with Townsy rather, and how they stack up against each other on their Vigil defenses and in the exchanges, I think is gonna be super important because, like I said, Townsy's been playing phenomenally. If Townsy gets second place this season off of playing this well, I'd say it's a very good sign for his career in TF2 because he's been on the come up for a bit. Not everyone respects him as a Doman, but I do think he's very deserving of his status, of what we've been saying about him, the nice things.
Never say nice things about anyone. Don't let him. Never build anyone up. Always tear them down. It's a zero-sum game out there.
The second they do something stupid.
To be honest, Zag, right now I'm on the duck hunt.
Oh, true. Crit sticky, insecurity stickies coming out. Your favorite.
Yeah, if you need crit traps on payload demo, you're insecure and you're playing for stats. It's just the truth. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm not finding any of them on last right now. Oh, there's one. The NG duck is on last in the little the roof that offense can stand on, pushing flank into last. Dolphin has a bind for that duck.
That's hilarious. I wonder how many other binds he has for ducks, but...
Oh, yep, he just showed the soldier one up there. That one I hadn't caught either.
Yep.
Let's see, where...
Froggieland on defense starting out, gets what the drop, Squirtyay's offense. We'll see what they can do. SAR's posted up on a really cheesy angle. He has a spy standing in front of him. Is this to eat a body shot? It totally is.
It absolutely is. That's some big brain tech. Yeah, he gets 2. Really making a difference there, buddy.
DPM,
really making a difference.
DPM padded.
DPM absolutely padded right now.
Moist is far forward on flank. He tries to do the jump up, but gets seen in the act by the scout, so he's going to have to back off the angle. Right now, we use Paro going up on the high ground. If he finds a stab on X, that'd be huge. Doesn't get it. Very nearly gets it. Doesn't in the end. Joey going to sack forward. Gets air shot by Catalyst, so nothing going on the sack. Let's move back with all 9 players. Very normal Vigil so far.
I rang NG in a main scrim yesterday, and I had a lot of fun putting my gun on flank and just wrangling it out and then just get a cheeky kill and kind of extend the cap time. Which I still feel like, milking some extra seconds off first is kind of to be researched in the future of ways you can do that. Yeah, as you said, pretty standard. 53 seconds, slightly longer than average, I think. Tends to be closer to 45, 50, so who knows? Maybe that plays a difference. Always fun to track, but SAR gonna find a shot onto Pop. Nada gonna find a
DZ dropped?
But DZ dropped?
Sticky trap was it? Yeah, sticky trap. It was on top of the wall on the right side where the sniper posts up in the window. That is a huge trap from Townsy. Using that tech when it matters the most. That could buy him the placement. That could get him the second place medal, saving that trap for now. But either way, that is huge. Now they have to get the Uber 4 somehow if you are Squirtyay.
Yeah, that's such a good foot to start on if you're Froggy, especially after having lost on your map. Come in, you get that med drop, you say, okay, we're pretty set here. SAR will get stabbed out, playing a little bit too far forward on Hill, so, potential for this to go wrong, but the Battalions comes out, sack coming in, Pup gets levitated, not going to find anything, and the sack attempt is basically full countered by the Battalions. No one goes down. Uber not forced, and
perfect. Virgil was standing back in the spawn, the staircase going down, right? So she'd have options if anyone actually got in there. Didn't even take a point of damage. The banner saved everyone else. That's just perfect management there from the soldier and the team of Froggieland. And now with their Uber, DZ almost they'll have their first exchange coming through. They're stacking up on Hill. Looks like for now they're actually gonna go tunnel. A main tunnel Uber is coming out from a Squirtyay here.
Yeah, Catalyst gonna get set up, so no banner, but the Uber comes in and finds nothing. Wish gets skyboxed. Gotta be in behind. Might have actually found a pick onto SAR though.
He missed every scattergun shot, by the way.
Not gonna
he
finish
missed
it off,
every scattergun shot. And
barely escaped, but that Uber did nothing for Squirtyay.
Yeah, they just got blasted all around. It was a nice surprise that you can tell they didn't expect it to come through tunnel right when it did, but in the end, like you said, they weren't able to get any kills. X's gun is such a good distraction on that high ground there. Spy can't really sap it. This is where I go Enforcer if I'm the offense Spy, because you're not sapping that thing. You might as well
Wish is
shoot it
still
while strangled.
behind.
Not
Oh,
anymore.
he eats a rocket from Catalyst. Flank denied. And yeah, the main tunnel push, I've been seeing a ton of teams do it, especially because I've been running in main a lot. It works in main because teams don't know how to expect it. I think it's the biggest noob trap that I've seen in a long time. That Uber should theoretically never work against a team that's prepared for it.
Yep, and they're gonna try again, walking out with the Uber on lower. Virgil gets Uber just in time, gonna pop the second. She has. Pyrus does some good job air blasting. Star getting backstabbed. Exa just gets nuked on top of that full strangle down, and they will take the gun out this time around. It's 5 players alive for the defense here. They have more lives. Just
so much cleanup. Oh, great reflect onto Pop. Yeah, they are gonna end up finding, the gun and the sniper there, but
Joey walked at. If he can get the kill on the Moist, it'd be huge, but he's not going to find it. Walks backwards, does end up getting a fadeaway onto Construed, but other than that, going to have to be a reset for both teams. Joey's dead.
Joey and Johnny both dead.
Townsie's
another kind of one of
them.
those dry aggro sacks, but Virgil knows to
Townsie's
play back.
rolling them. DZ's dead.
DZ's dead. Moist found him? How?
He got popped up into the air by a Townsy sticky, I think, and he got popped into a minigun.
You can't sack and lose your med on it.
Yeah, you can't sack and lose your med.
And I think the doubts from Squirtyay of, wait, why did we pick this?
Yeah.
May beginning to set in right now.
X's gun rebuilt up to a level 2. They still have Uber ad. They still have their soldier. I can't tell the battalion's been right now. It looks like he has. Yeah, Townsy.
The demo on this push. Townsy to hit up really low.
Oh, dude, he's dead. Construed. Another backstab, taking down the enemy medic once again. Sar picks out Percy out of the window, and they're just looking indomitable on this defense. There's nothing that Squirtyay can find here at all.
Oh, I feel so vindicated right now. Squirtyay could have given me my Proot match and probably won.
Yeah, I mean, granted, it's not over yet. It's round 1, but either way, they look out of sorts right now.
This is, I mean, and again, to their credit, right, they looked out of sorts in that first half of Steel, almost lost in 2 minutes, turned it around to 2 on the map, so entirely possible to do the same, but...
If he could find it, it'd be huge, gets Exa instead, will at least take out the sentry gun, so that's something to work with. They're walking it through tunnel. There are only 5 players up for Froggieland here. They pop Uber, but they can't get there in time. That was just too fast of an aggression from Squirtyay, and the sentry gun going down does pay off.
Oh, no spawn for Virgil. She's gonna have to back up through tracks, but it looks like no one's actually too far forward, so no harm. No foul! And Percy going for the shot. Gonna find her just a little bit too slow on the back out. And that's huge, because 5 minutes through second really stinks, but if you can get third in, 5.5, 6 minutes,
High bomb from Pup,
it's definitely solvable.
1-2 rockets. Pup is a nuke on top, destroying the entire combo set up on the concrete area. They do have their medics spawned up, but they're down 4 players. Cart isn't close enough just yet to fully commit, so there will be a defense attempt for Froggieland, but DZ has Uber charge.
Yep, Townsy getting sniped at too, not going to make this defense any easier. If you are Froggy, you want to try and force this Uber. They just don't have the numbers. Townsy going down. Going to attest to that, and Moist's 11 kill streak gets buried in third.
Yeah, they don't even have to pop their Uber. That's a great transition for the side of Square. They get in, they don't lose any players. They just get all the frags they need, and now pressuring into last. They're getting Percy set up. The goal here is to just stop the defense from walking out on you. Get as much free cart time as you can uncontested. They're going to Uber into the spawn. Who can do anything here? Townsy is dead. They're trying to find the kill onto the medic, but Sar going to be taken out instead. Virgil safely in spawn with 85%. Use the Uber for it. I guess that's fine. You're fine with getting more free cap time, but with Percy getting stabbed, the walkout should be easy once Virgil has the Uber.
Yeah, doesn't know where the snipers is, but has no one to heal, so she's still stuck on 90.
Yeah.
It's just
Sticks on the
Moist up, and Moist ran out from the beam. That could have been a fatal miscommunication. The cart's getting really close. They're gonna have to go in and use right when she gets, and there they go.
Watch the pyro here.
Skyway in the air blast are gonna be enough.
Joey does there. Stops the Uber, stops anyone from contesting. He was the big player at the end there, but that aggressive, you rarely see the aggressive Vigil last Uber have that, like, pay off that much.
That was, I'm saying that was entirely on the miscommunication between Moist and Virgil right there. Virgil, it was just the 2 of them up on the right spawn. Virgil at 90%. Moist wants to go flank and wraps around, right? Crosses over. Virgil does not know if she can cross. She does not know if there's a sniper scoping on the angle, does not want to risk it, figures people can come in and spawn, she'll get the Uber. If Moist either stays with her and they get the Uber earlier, or says, it's safe, you can cross, no one is there, and they take that Uber in from flank. They're still holding that. They're absolutely still holding that. But instead, they get disconnected. Virgil spends 10 seconds not healing at 90%. Moist walks in alone and dies. Or no, he doesn't die. He walks in alone, but then comes back, and they're forced to take the world's saddest Uber through main, where they just get, denied by Johnny. That was one of, it looked minor, one of potentially the most damaging miscommunications I've seen in a combo in a long time.
Yeah, I'm sure that cost them, because I thought, I saw 90% Uber when the Uber ended for Squirtyay. I'm like, oh, they can get and recontest. Cart isn't even around the final bend yet. But they just did not get that Uber.
Like 20 seconds later, it was still 90.
Yeah. They didn't get the Uber at all, and it cost them big. That was a 5-minute hold through 2 turned into a sub 7 minute. They threw that end game so hard on the defense. You did all the work, you did all the homework, you did everything you needed to on second, and you just beef. You can't stick the landing at all, and that might cost them. We'll see if it does. Right now, Froggieland, they do have 7 minutes. It's not out of their hands quite yet. They can still make it happen. It's just they don't have as much room as they should have.
Catalyst behind in tunnel. He's in.
He's being chased. They know he's there. He's looking for something, but he's just surrounded. He's gonna go all the way behind, but he's dead. Yeah.
You wanted the spawn camp.
I can sense it.
But yeah, they are gonna find the gun though. So enough people drawn back that they're able to take that out. So a potential fast push here is going to be interesting. You know what's a really neat tech that I saw, Zag?
Contra dead, yeah.
So, if you sap a level 3 gun with the red tape recorder the second it's put down, the gun dies instantly. And I played against the Spy yesterday, sat in the normal decoy spot, but
Easy. As
they come in, that's going to be... I thought it was someone
DZ
else.
does such a good job not popping there. He hits one rocket, the Catalyst knows he's safe in the back, and he doesn't force the Uber. That's a great job by DZ.
Yeah, but yeah, you just put the red tape recorder the second the Inchi puts the gun down when he's backing at it first, instantly gets destroyed. I think
red tape is banned in competitive Duper bugs.
I don't think it was allowed.
I've never seen anyone use it. I've tried using it.
I'm not 100% though. Maybe it was just that server that was bad, but crazy tech that just nuked the gun and they just fast pushed off of it immediately. Who's running the red tape? Some Spy I rang against yesterday, but it was
banner
I've never
popped
seen
out
before.
from Pup here, and now with Squirtyay having this banner, they don't have to actually be afraid of the Uber. They're gonna pop the banner to start things off here. Uber now coming out from their defense. You're trying to chase down kills in main, but no kills happening in the Uber at all. Still all 18 players alive, and this is the repush angle now from Froggieland, but Moist picked off immediately. They're trying to go over help. They're getting stuffed by Joey and Wish, just taking so much damage. Townsy, Technomo gonna go down. They do find a couple in the background, though. Pup and Pahara going down, but for now, the defense does hold.
Yeah, and I mean, after that second hold, you're like, oh, we're gonna have plenty of time. They don't really. They're down to sub 5 minutes already.
Percy eats a ball. Gonna have to back up. He's bleeding.
Ah, God, I love the toys.
Townsy gets a lot of damage onto the sentry gun, and Pickle's going down to the Sticky's gun is not long for this world. It does get taken down.
But Townsy and Moist both die for it, though, so Pyrus too, so no combo left to push with the dead gun.
Yeah, I mean, they're fine with it for now.
Star stabbed as well. They're going to find Pop and the gun.
Uber, but Virgil's not healing anyone again. Everyone died. Virgil's still 84. They're not charging the Uber at all.
Oh, the collapse.
Right, they finally
getting sloppy
with their players. 100% Uber for both sides. This push has to work out for Froggy here, otherwise they're just on the back foot for the rest of the map. They need to do what their opponents did to them if they want any hope of it. And now they're grouping up on hill. First shot not hit by Percy. They're going to get to walk up here.
Huge bomb from Catalyst. Oh my, that was absolutely massive. Ends up behind, but no kills. It's a straight 0 for 4.
But here's the thing, that was a
big getting used. Oh, right, and they got the sack.
They bombed players in. They made. They let whoever could go in. They had their heavy. They had their scout walk up. This was a full push, but it was a bait, and they got the Uber out. That's exactly what they wanted. Now Paharo is calling all this out. He's gonna call where they're gonna come from. Where do they want to go? Hill would be free with this Uber, and it looks like that's where they're prepping. And Percy again, no sniper.
That's so big. They are gonna use early though. That's a good thing because there are traps that. Hansi actually sticky jumps. They don't get dead. Gun likely gonna go down soon. Not able to save it, and they have so much help pressure.
Finds the demo. He can't get the med. They're gonna get this point for free. It looks like no one's up to contest. Just a heavy trying to leave. A whip, a solar whipping him out of dodge. Pup will get out in the end, but there's second capped up. They do have 3 minutes left. This is still doable, but now DZ Creeper has a 60% Uber ad.
Yeah, and not only 60 ad, but having Uber right now means that snowballing is going to be a lot harder. Townsy gets stabbed by Pajaro. Great pick to neuter this push before it can really get going. Sorry, next. And they're going to have to get the heck out of dodge right there. Virgil needing to flee back into lockers, but Pajaro behind.
They're dead. Virgil's dead.
Oh, she should get the kill. She frags out on Spoo and will escape with her life.
That's huge. If Pajaro gets that med pick, the round's over.
And I mean, it's still alive, but it is hanging on its last legs. DZ playing forward on flank right here to stuff an early Uber. Virgil, though, sitting on 90. Gonna come Papyrus and Spoof, both drop.
Look at the med. They're holding forward on brackets.
Yeah.
No one's even holding the normal concrete spot. It's just a gun alone there as bait, but for now they're holding behind the rock with the most of their team.
Townsy dropped on the Uber. Yeah. Where is Virgil? They
got the banner and they got the Uber. Once again, if Virgil lives, that's a decent bait, right? The problem is you're running out of time to bait. They do. But they need to
just have enough. They're gonna have to almost times 3 this constantly. Yeah, they do get the Uber, I suppose. That is playing with fire, and I think it's gonna take it up main. I think they have to.
Townsy just avoids the sticky trap, gets Uber onto him. Sapper gonna come onto the gun. It'll get taken down. They are getting out as fast as they can. They don't want to lose any players here on the side of Squirtyay. Now recontesting with their heavy from brackets. Hop over the top, wipes Cart with the help of his hit scan. No one can get on it. Cart rolls back down the hill. Only a minute 15 left and no Uber charge. Froggieland are looking dead in the water here.
Yeah, they didn't. You said you didn't want to drop anyone that Uber, but they had to play more forward. They had to chase them out. They had to take some risks. And they just, take such a tepid Uber. They don't chase anyone. They get the gun, and that's about it. Everyone's still alive to recontest. They just need to focus in on Cart, because objectives are the only thing that matters right now.
Yep, and now with all 9 players alive on the defense, DZ Creep with full Uber. This one's looking as good as done. They need a miracle.
Something? Gonna need to. No.
Everyone's staring at him. Can't do anything.
Bomb comes in from Catalyst. Oh, what a crater! But it may be too little too late as the Uber comes out on Cart. Moist not gonna be long for this world, and that's... I just think I just saw Glitch Sentry Gun for a second. That made me...
Source, padding the stats. These matter.
Yep, gonna find Nurks and DZ, but again, too little too late. Even the third cap itself gonna come in too little too late, and just not enough urgency on second, and not enough aggressiveness on third are gonna do Froggieland in here, and just like Steel, Froggieland come out of the gate looking so promising, and then Squirtyay just a bit of a slow start, but they pull it back.
Yeah, landing not being stuck here by Froggieland in either of the maps. Keep in mind, they were up 1-0 with their Ashville win. They had everything set for them, but now they're 1 round away from elimination here. They have to be flawless for the rest of the match, otherwise they're going to be stuck in 3rd place wondering what could have been if they just stuck the landing on any of these maps.
I didn't have my push to talk. Steel, the first half was theirs. Vigil, the first half was theirs. You get 5 minutes through second. Realistically, that should be enough to win 8 times out of 10.
Yeah, if you actually get to defend on the other 2 points. But they didn't get to defend on last. They were stuck in spawn without Uber.
Yeah, it's... And I mean, it would be remiss of us not to mention the impact I think that the player swap has had, right?
Yeah.
I mean, with all due respect to Figsy, she was not having the best of games on Ashville. And honestly, I don't think Joey has been playing that well, all things considered.
He's been having a lot of serviceable for a high invite demo, I'd say.
He's been having a lot of really uncharacteristic deaths. I feel like he's been having exile deaths, if I'm being honest. Like those really bad times where you want to start a push off and he just dies to a sicky trap or like gets sniped types of deaths. But even so, right, when he's staying alive, he's doing more than enough to make up for it. And I think Arts has been has been having a really big impact too.
Yeah, I think Johnny's been phenomenal. I mentioned, when we knew this substitution was coming in, I think Johnny can be one of the best powers in the game. If he commits to the class, maybe even the best. He's been phenomenal on both these stopwatch maps. He's just been a rock for his team in exchanges, in denials. He's been doing so much work. On top of that, you mentioned Joyce had some mistakes. Townsy, he had some mistakes too, like on set pushing second, both men had moments where they died in a spot where if they lived, they could output way more damage. Neither of them are playing bad. They're both doing tons of damage. They're both getting the kills, and they're both staying alive a reasonable amount, right? But for Joey to come in as the sub, he hasn't played all season. He might have rang a couple weeks for them when they needed him to, but I think he's been doing perfectly fine, and there's just so much being done by Squirtyay to just deny Froggy. Froggy, they've had their moments, you know, the 5-minute defense through second, like you said, from that point, you should be confident in your ability to close out the round from there, but just miscommunications, bad positioning, it's gone downhill so fast for them.
Yeah, and I mean, it feels so bad knowing what just happened on Steel, right? The potential's there. It feels like, you know, what we kind of saw last week, you know, and this week too, Ashville not included, is just the potential's there. They can make these really solid plays, and again, not sticking the landing, not being consistent enough to outperform those really high moments. Or like, they have these really high moments here and there that are being counteracted by a lower level of average play.
Yep, and it seems that, you know, the roster swap as well as the DZ Creeper anger mode have paid off, because they're right now Squirtyay, they're 1 round away from winning the match, going into the grand finals here, but Froggieland, they have something to say about it. If they want to do anything, they have to do it now. Their offense wasn't unsalvageable, right? But you want to see, like you said, more urgency on second where they need it to have it, more aggression on third to actually snowball the point. I think setting their own time is going to be good here, right? Because when you're coming off the back of a defense that started so well and then wasn't in the end, you do feel the pressure. I think now they'll have the option to, you know, play at their pace, try to make things work how they want to, and I do think offense will be better for them.
You gotta hope, and I mean, I can only hope that that's the type of loss where they're like, all right, we're not getting tilted, we're getting, you know, it's a cold tilt instead of a hot tilt, you know what I mean? Is that a term people use, or?
They use silent tilt. I don't know.
Hot tilt is when you are loud and angry and, you know, complaining. Cold tilt is when you go, like, psychopath mode, like, no talking, hyper-focus, like, I will...
People call that silent tilt.
Oh, I don't know, I thought... My thing is, cold tilt sometimes makes people better. Silent tilt, to me, has always had a straight negative connotation.
Maybe. Either way, these are just some loose terms for gamers that are nerds anyway, so it doesn't matter too much, but either way, gonna be dropping on offense here, starting things out with Vigil 100% Uber popping, or walking out onto first to get this capture. What are you thinking, 50 seconds-ish?
I'm gonna say 48.
I think 51. 58, wow.
Wow,
You're paying
okay.
attention.
Alright.
Yeah, that one stretches a bit longer than the average, but either way, not going to be too big of a deal. Now they're walking up, getting some people into tunnel. I like what Townsie's doing, clearing outside tunnel for his teammates. Gets a lot of damage down onto Pop, makes him back up, so now other players can take this. They do have the soldier. It looks like they want to go in for kind of a sack, some aggression, try to do something, maybe bait the Uber like they were able to last half. Doesn't look like they're doing it quite yet, though. Just getting the cart out to the edge of the tunnel, as I do believe the combo's rotating back hill for an Uber.
Yeah, coming over hill right there, and Technoma's gonna sneak in behind. Great flash onto Nurk's, gonna keep him alive. Really, really nice from DZ there, keeping his heavy up. That flash was killer, and Technoma dropping the question mark.
Yeah, and Virgil went down in post there. Pajaro got the revolver cleanup at the end of the Uber, so DZ now gonna have about a 30% Uber ad. Virgil not even charging quite yet. Gonna be like no one's coming to Virgil. Okay, 35% ad for DC, or DZ rather. And we're able to charge that Uber, get the defense up. The sentry gun is built back up to level 2 by Pickles here, make that a level 3. And Banner popping out once again, so gonna be a lot of defensive pressure here coming out from Squirtyay.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of defensive pressure, not actually that much. I guess Construed almost just ran into 8 people and matadored Percy. that would have been like arrest worthy if he'd gotten away with that. But some pressure trying to come in through side tunnel, lots of firepower to deny that. Players starting to gather up in tunnel right now. Cart is rolling back, which Squirtyay will be happy about. Gun in a standard spot. Not too much going for Froggieland, and that urgency we wanted to see from them, not really there.
Yep, Contra going for the sap, does get onto the gun. Who can shoot it? They will get rockets on it. Sentry gun goes down just like that. But Townsy dropped in the meantime. They can't pop Uber without Townsy, so they have to wait for him to get back up. There's a sack over the top, gets the force, good rocket from Catalyst. DZ didn't want to risk it, and he just gets the Uber popped out. So now Virgil and Froggieland gonna have free Uber advantage and be able to make the second push work here. Because again, remember, if you take too many tries here, their time is gonna be stretched to 5 minutes. If they can't get this here, I'd be worried.
I mean, Squirtyay's had such good sacks, but it's cost so much time at the same time.
Do they know about the trap? Looks like
is it gonna matter?
Where are they gonna go? The trap is big. I don't think anyone knows about it is the thing. If they go hill, this trap could be massive. No one's staring at it. They're gonna pop
They
out
use
Townsy,
early
blocked
to drop
by it.
Townsy with it exactly as massive as you thought. The gun does go down. They're gonna get decent pressure, but the banner comes out from Pop. Been really steady with those ever since Steel, and it's gonna give them a ton of room to work with here. They don't have to worry about Sar being able to insta-kill them, and they're gonna force them back off of hill.
Yep, Townsy off his respawn wants to get in and do some damage. He has the beam on him, trying to get the sniper off the top of the hill. Pop gonna jump up on the house to build. I believe his battalions is gonna be up soon with Catalyst going down. He won't have one in return. Post looking good for Froggieland here, or for Squirtyay. They're walking up. Townsy's dead again. Sar dead. DZ doesn't have to pop his Uber because they're just destroying them on the hill walk up. Squirtyay this time having the second hold that Froggieland had in the first half.
Yeah, but will they get the 2-minute, finish? I highly doubt it that we're gonna see something like that again. And again, yeah, Cart rolling back once again, just more time that they're gonna have to sit on it, being sitting ducks. And there's just been no pressure. They got the force, and Johnny's gonna go down. Finally, some kind of advantage to work off. Right as Virgil gets Uber too.
Yep, they're going to walk in here. Townsy eats a headshot, needs to be careful. If he takes more damage, he might go down before the Uber for a third time in a row. Townsy, he's 1 HP, just gets the flash in time, and they put up on the corner. DZ, though, with a good response. Duel onto the demo scout. Heavy gets a good flash to drop in the tunnel, so not many players dying in the Uber for both teams. Townsy, though, chased down in post, with Moist dying as well. The combo's ruined. They get the sapper onto the gun, but it doesn't go down. Just barely Pickles is able to save it.
They got Pup, so no banner, but again, time has been ticking. You're nearing 5, if not 6 minutes at this point.
Yeah, it's getting rough for Froggieland. You have to get this now, otherwise you're going to be putting the hands in your defense that didn't get the whole third last time. So, not looking good. We'll see if they can get this one across the line here. But Townsy once again dying a very bad death there. The dry pressure now is not going to have any weight behind it. Tunnel walkout is just bait. No one can help at all with no spam coming in, and they're going to get mulched.
All of the wind has left Froggieland sails. But anyway, I said that about Squirtyay, and then they turned it around and capped in 2 minutes, so maybe I should just be casters cursing both teams at all times. Seems to be working.
Yep. Uber had by Virgil. This is the last chance, right? If you don't get this here, it's just not looking good. SBS popping off, and of course Percy gonna win that one on the shed, takes down his opposition. It's the tunnel Uber.
Just
the second tunnel.
Figure maybe that's gonna work. Hill has not been working for them. Don't go side. Please don't go side.
They're gonna go side. They want to go side.
No!
They're gonna main. Okay, they're gonna go main. They're down a couple players, but so are Squirtyay. They're gonna lose Johnny early, so no Pyro to deny this. It's gonna be a scout Uber into the offense here, but no position being held. Finally, it looks like Froggieland have broken the stalemate. They'll be able to cap second here. This is gonna be around a 5.5, 6 minute time.
I think you're nearing 7 at this point. Only 144 left.
6:20. Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah, we're silent because that's us, saying our prayers for Froggieland because this is very, very far gone. You have to be...
A moment of repose, please.
Yeah, you have to be perfect here on out to get a time that's manageable. Percy will get stabbed by Contra, and Contra's going to live as well, so that's big as an opener. And Nerk's going to die also, so that's already a 3-man ad that they have to work off of. Even Uber's
happening!
Baro not able to find his...
It's happening again!
High bomb from Catalyst. What can he find? 1 rocket, 2 tons of damage, but no kills. He almost got everything. Sentry gun getting it spammed out. It's only level 2. It does go down to the revolver. It's 5 players on this concrete. They need to get out onto it. 95% Uber, but Joey's dead!
That's so big. Pickle goes down as well. The Uber's gonna come out, but the cart's already up the hill. Froggieland got what they wanted here. They can kite out. Virgil still has the ability to force Ubers out. Has been so solid. They're going to use back in. Wish dead. Nerk's dead. Percy's going to get capped out. Can they catch Percy out?
Yep.
He will. Not able to bandy by no sniper. Means some really aggressive pressure into last here might stick. No gun up either. Pickle's just spawning.
And with Pop dead, there's no banner. Spy happening. That's going to be won by Constru on the side.
Townsy dead though. Overextends. Gets too far forward on the jump.
Townsy dying there so bad. They could have spawn camped them if Townsy was alive.
That would have been so big. Force them to go out on that flank spawn. Maintain this forward pressure. You've got Moist on the head glitch here. But Constru finding Nerks, that's a really good pick to trade for.
Yep, Cart being pushed up towards that final bend. ×3 on it. Townsy is back in action. What can he find? Bomb from Pup. Trying to take down Catalyst. Nearly doesn't get it. And Pickles gets sniped. Pup gets reflect rocketed. They have kills to work with. Pajaro is dead to the gun. They're stacking onto it. It's big on Pirates here. Pirates can deny. With the air blast similar. Johnny can. This cap might be in.
Again?
Again!
Again!
Again! 8 minutes again!
Sub 2 minutes from second to last. 2 halves in a row. This needs to stop.
No team has managed to hold last a single time. That's
You're fired
insane.
from writing the scripts, by the way.
Yeah, the script is a bit cliched now. We saw it one time, but again?
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
So, normally, I'd say 8 minutes on Vigil, not favorable to you. Honestly, this goes either way. Both teams are very clearly the exact same caliber. We mentioned that this is the most evenly matched, match we have in playoffs in a likelihood. I didn't know it would be this evenly matched, down
Dolphin
to
and
every last
Yogurt in the
detail.
scriptwriter's room. You know what'd be really cool? Like a really long second defense, but then they roll the rest of the map. Alright, that sounds good. What do you do for the next half?
Mission
Let's do it again!
Yeah, run it back. Alright, so now 8 minutes is all that hangs between Froggieland extending us to a sudden death on Vigil or going home. They have to defend 8 minutes. We saw them last round defend second for 5 minutes. If they can do that again, you're thinking, great, they're favored. But there's more to do. It's never only that in this match. You have to be able to transition your holds into successful ones on later points. Otherwise, you're just going to bleed and bleed and bleed until you're not in the game anymore. Last chance for Froggieland.
I will make no predictions henceforth and only call as an objective neutral party.
Too scared of cursing it, but can make it more entertaining. Percy opened things up with a big SPS on Thasar, so now jump forward, gonna come through. Not able to get the sap onto the gun, but Joey will spam down Technomo with the help of the heavy, so they get one. Contra picked off his big, actually. He just died in the backline, so he's not gonna be able to call when players are going where the sniper's peeking from.
Goes with the taunt too, dirty.
I like it. You have him on the
Second
ropes.
place point with the taunt. That's dirty. Uber quickly through main. They're gonna maybe get the dispenser, and that's about it. They got Moist actually, so that's true. But Joey in the stratosphere goes down. Pyrus just walking it in, gonna find more WM1 kills. DZ trapped and dropped down. Percy's got AirPods in, can't protect his medic. Pyrus frags out at the biggest possible moment.
Wow, that was a chaotic decision there to just insta-tunnel Uber. Cart isn't even into the tunnel yet, really. They just go immediately, they lose everything in post. Like you said, they only really found Catalyst and Moist in the exchange, and then they just got chased down. Exa died, but his gun stayed up because his gun is not sappable. So, with Pajaro going down now, nothing can really take it down. Exa's back alive, able to wrangle it. The defense is going to get a chance to set up here.
Moist gonna take 2 out on flank, finally gets traded out by Johnny, but great ability there to just stuff that. He will lose his life. Maybe Capital and DZ! Construed!
He gets
Royal Flush, baby! That's 4 for Construed!
That's exactly what he needed. Townsy got sniped. Technomo lost a 1v1. They were bleeding their key players, but Conchard says, screw it, I'll kill the team myself. And he gets everything. The defense has so many chances now to set up.
This match keeps on delivering, man. Oh, that was so big. Again, the second hold comes in. The Uber's coming out here. DZ kind of kills. Looks like he will.
He's going for DZ.
Concert. Oh, not able to get him this time.
Yeah, DZ lives 70 HP, manages to keep his 50% Uber. That'll buy them a small ad in the next offense. It will matter in the end. Pajaro finally going to get a sapper onto that Exa gun from the close jump, so Exa Sentry needs to be rebuilt. Sar, though, stabilizing them with an SPS pick and a headshot onto Joey. He's standing tall here. And a banner comes out.
Yeah, gonna be used immediately, too, right as Nurks and Pickles try to peek. Not gonna find anything there other than a respawn timer. Getting aggro, his Catalyst knows he can't be taken out. That banner's gonna fade, but got them some kills, did exactly what it needed to, and I mean, this second hold still going, but what do I know? They can hold this for 9 minutes and then get capped on in 10.5.
Yep, Uber coming out of side tunnel. Yep, they do.
But they get past. It's not stuffed, and they have access to the spawn. Nurk's gonna
back line. Pup is shooting them in the back.
Yeah.
But Pup can't get anything. The Sentry gets taken down for Exa here. Pajaro tries to get the kill, and he does onto the Engineer. It's a 6-7 right now.
They're gonna use out here. They will. What can they find?
Oh,
Joey gonna cap it though.
Nice kill by Construed there, landing on the Doman's head, but yeah, they pop the Uber, they don't get the defense. It probably won't matter that much because it's even Ubers in the end. It's only about a 10% ad for DZ, won't be the end of the world. Right now, it's about transitioning to your defense on third. Remember how badly things got for the defenses on both these teams when they weren't able to transition out of third until last.
4 minutes left, so I mean, at the rate we've been going, this is unholdable. Realistically, this is completely winnable, but the rate we've been going,
Yeah, you lost.
they'll lose within 45 seconds. Oh, Pup and Pop are already dead, though. Wish gonna be next. Defense getting winning a fight on third.
Moist on the head ledge,
unseen tech.
Moist crouches just beneath Nerfs and now gonna get some support from his soldier. They did lose Sar to an SPS once again, so Percy finding angles for his team. Pickles taken off the cart as the Uber comes around the corner. Level 2 gun by accident is ringed on the top, and defensive banner big once again.
Yeah, they are going to find a huge number of kills, though. The banner is going to keep some of them up, but Cart coming in, Uber's going to blow them all off, but can they get frags? In comes Townsy for the cleanup. Nerfs and Johnny's both dead. DZ not going to be caught out, though, so the slight leapfrog going to go back in favor of DZ, but we've gotten a minute off third. We're in uncharted waters here, boys.
That's true. Pickle's now low on the cart, gonna surf that rocket out to safety. Pajaro could find a big opening for his team. Any pick here would be massive. Goes for the decloak. Doesn't get seen. He does get seen. He's gonna call and taken down. Nothing going for the spy of Squirtyay. And now 75% Uber. They're building a bit faster on their side, so they will have the option to Uber out into full advantage.
The Pup going in for the high bomb. Gonna wrap in. Gonna get denied. Great air blast from Pyrus. Not even letting him get close, but he is gonna get levitated. Cart makes it up the hill. Uber used close. Virgil only at 90. Gonna go down. That's exactly the kill that they need. Oh, that was such a sneaky Uber. Pyrus getting skied is so bad because you can't air blast around the corner. And are we gonna see another last roll?
Maybe. 2:40 still left on the clock. DZ gonna have about 20% Uber ad by the time Virgil's able to respawn. If this doesn't get defended, we're done here. Froggieland need to actually get a last defense, something no one's been able to do. And Townsy's dead again, this time to a sniper. Townsy cannot catch a break at all, and they're getting rolled once again. DZ, 25% ad and a banner coming out. Who is it for?
It's for defense. It's for the defense. The Pyro spawn camp gonna go down. They are getting card time though. It's nearing the bend, and here they come running out. No sniper meter. They are gonna find Nerfs on the head glitch. That is some space rebuilt. The frags are going their favor.
One who can kill him. Spy drop down. Construct butter knife gets it. He gets the kill. That is insane that he gets that. He needs to get that. Otherwise, that Uber said he saves the point for his team right now.
Pocket aces for Constard right there, coming up big when he needs them. No need to even worry about the flop. And oh, that is so big right there. That took what could have been a snowball and resets it back to even ground.
Yep, now full Uber for Virgil and Froggieland. Sentry gun being built up to level 3 here by Exa. They have everything they need to take us to a sudden death round. 3 maps, matched rounds. Do we get it? We'll have to see. Sniper taking a lot of damage. Saris to get out of dodge. Does stay alive. Constard pays for it with his life though.
They're looking to come in on flank, but again, they don't have Uber here, so if they can get the force, they're golden. But they need to make sure DZ doesn't get caught out. He is aggressive.
Getting spammed by rockets, gone dead instantly. Bahar loses life for that one, but you'll take that trade.
Joey's so far forward here.
Yeah, they don't want to pop Uber quite yet. DZ 85%. They need to save Uber on defense here. If you pop early, it might be over. 1 minute on the clock. We have to get onto the cart soon. Perks post up gets taken down. Sacking onto the cart is Contra goes down, and now Uber's popped out.
Yeah, they will get an even fight there, and doing their best. Papyrus is going to try to get the card. He stops it from getting up for now. Rolling back down, that's really big. It's going to buy them a lot of time. Sticky's coming out onto card. No one can push it, and their kills are going to start trickling in for Froggieland, but the combo now on card. Sar's dead, X is dead, Virgil's dead. 3 revolver kills for Pyro. The man gets a 3 of a kind. That's 5! 5 revolvers for Spoo, and they're going to win it. Oh, he's got 5 aces.
Yes, Spoo kills 5 people with a revolver. He looks at Contrud's 4K and thinks I can do you one better. Hits the 5K with the cleanup, and with that, that's going to be Squirtyay taking Vigil 2-0, winning 2-1 overall and going to the grand finals.
That we got 3 halves in of some incredible gameplay, and it's not even midnight. What a great match.
Yep, we end in time for Monday to still be on, and that was a crazy match. Squirtyay coming back, reverse sweeping it after losing their map pick. You didn't think it could be done, but back-to-back wins there, and they do get over the finish line on double stopwatch.
Yeah, I am proven wrong as the Vigil pick works out for Squirtyay.
That one could have gone either way, though. That was wild.
I mean, yeah, but they still won, and they were the better team, regardless.
Yeah,
yes, that last half was a coin flip, but the first one was really favored in Squirtyay, or for Squirtyay.
Yeah. Squirtyay definitely the better team on the day, like you said, and they do deserve going to the grand finals. Unfortunately for Froggieland, their season ends today. They'll be locking in third place. They still get a medal. They still get some of the prize money, but not going to be able to go to that grand final. And they're still shit talking each other in the postgame chat. So, bit of bad blood, but you know,
the perfect Highlander match.
It is. Yep.
Just as Gaben intended. Oh man, I mean, what feels like both. Froggieland said, "All right, we need to win a cause map if we want to beat this team," and then Squirtyay said, "Okay, we need to get good at stopwatch if we want to beat this team." But they swapped their starting positions, but it's still a double stopwatch match. Oh man, that was one of the score is exactly as I thought it was going to be, if I'm going to be honest. One team 4-1's the cost, and the other team 2-0's both the stopwatches. Except it's just the wrong teams.
Yeah, and shout out to Joey Lemons coming in, doing top damage, top frag on Vigil. Was a big force for his team. I mentioned looking at both Demo Man as, the important classes for their team. Townsy not behind him that much in damage, but 10 more deaths. It was very apparent. Wherever Townsy was dead, they were not able to actually fight.
Yeah. Now that really is where I think a lot of the kind of stalling came in. Like their offense there, again, up until that last half, it felt like that last round, every team blazed through third and fourth. But those second pushes, so many of them started off with Townsy dying in a really bad spot. And, he had been playing really, really well on Ashville. And it just feels like, not able to show up at the biggest moment, which is really unfortunate. Because again, I think you mentioned, he's still as a relatively younger player to invite, had such a good season. And if he could have gotten that second place, which, again, depending on how you want to say it, I don't think a lot of teams considered first really up for grabs at the start of the season. So in a lot of ways, I think teams were somewhat playing for second. And not being able to really, deliver at that last moment's probably got a sting. But again, good season, good growth from him. Still had a good game overall. And I mean, just, another good performance from Froggy. But they will finish... Yeah, they will finish third again, actually. It's different...
Yeah, it's back
same
to back
team, different
finishes,
roster,
yeah.
same placement.
Stars getting used to those bronze medals. Yeah, that's gonna about do it for us. It's been a decent long match. We'll try not to
get out of here before Tuesday.
Midnight.
I have to get out of here before Tuesday, please.
Real quick plug: we do have new merch. RGL players, the RGL player support drive is here, and we're celebrating and supporting players that make the scene what it is. We have new merch designs chosen by players coming soon. We have a couple teaser designs in this doc that Dolphins gave us. We have, let's see, the frog stick or the frog shirt, frog sweater, explosion stickers. A lot of cool stuff in the works here. So check them out. RGL shop, exclamation mark merch. If you want to get a link to it, I do believe works. So yeah, not out quite yet.
Not out yet.
Yeah.
So I think there's still some of the LAN shirts that are up for right now, but I think they're selling out if they're not already sold out. I'm not 100% on what's in there right now, but time's running out for any of the current designs. But again, I think too some of the designs are going to be picked by current invite players, so just a bit more of a way to get them involved and draw really everyone in this community. But I'm from what we've seen from the drawings, I'm really looking forward to this next batch. I think it's probably going to be the best one we've seen yet.
Yep, and some words from Dolphin. We do have a discount active for remaining LAN merch, 30% off all purchases of those remaining LAN merchandise. So check those out. Pick them up if you see one you like. They'll never be cheaper.
Wait, how did you hear that, Zag? He was just eee!
I have a translation device in my ear.
Gotcha. Okay. So that was what was going on those 3 weeks I missed the casts.
Yeah, it's the brain chip. Elon Musk sent it my way, but let's be communicate with Dolphins.
The TF2 engineer.
Yeah. The TF2 engineer gave me the Dolphin communication chip.
All right. It's 11:52. I'm not cutting it any closer with any more banter.
Yeah.
Get me out before midnight.
Thank you all for watching. Yep.
Thank you all for watching. Match. Incredible match we saw here tonight. And next week will be grand finals taking place between the now mortal but still, dominant Team Fun versus Squirtyay in the finals in what... Oh man, can you imagine? Because remember when these two teams played last time? They gentleman's triple cough?
Yeah.
Is Squirtyay gonna
pull a heel turn and transform into the stopwatch team?
Maybe. Who knows? They might take this one a bit more seriously in the pick bans.
Now I'm super excited for the pick ban here. This is going to be good. Either we get triple Koth and I get my Proot match, or we see either you die a Koth team or you see yourself live long enough to play stopwatch. Should be a fun time. You know, same, well, not quite a week from today. A week, 6 days and about 22 hours. So be there
that was
or
necessary.
Be square.
Yep, we'll see you guys next Monday. Oh, and we have an announcement from Dolphin. Six's invite playoffs are taking place this weekend, so tune into those. You won't want to miss that. Going to be a very exciting bracket we have coming up. So once again, this weekend, Six's invite playoffs.